my daily dose of politic. Better than a shot of coffee. "9 months with Azan spam hassle."
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from not so sunny, partly cloudy California, Los Angeles. And we are live, folks. We are live and alive. I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic day. There's a lot of news to cover today, and I'm going to go through all of them. But this is the part of the broadcast where I give you my personal news. What the fuck? Sorry, my phone is not cooperating with me. Boys, girls, and NBs alike. Today is Monday, April 12th, 2021, 11:13 a.m. and I'm a little late, so I just immediately jumped right into it.
Wow, 5 months. What do I say, Azan? Pogo.
There is obviously violence in Minneapolis after Brooklyn Center Police fatally shot a 20-year-old black man during a traffic stop.
6 months.
You know, so par for the course. Obviously, a happy Monday. You know, more police violence during an ongoing trial of police brutality. So we will be looking into more information, more evidence. What happened? You know, that's a breaking news story at the moment. There is obviously body camera footage. There's body camera footage that will be released, apparently, according to. Wait, I'm doing news already. Fuck. I'm gonna get to the news in a second. Anyway, yeah, I know it's in the same city. There's COVID vaccination updates. I have a personal COVID vaccination update for you guys. So there's that. Oh, body cam released already? Holy crap. Okay, Jesus Christ, that was quick. And they're saying it was an accidental discharge. Oh my God, that is going to not be good. Okay, personal news. All right. Before I get into the fucking information, let me tell you, personal news. This is the part of the broadcast where I give you personal news. I'm just gonna give it to you really quick, short and sweet. Okay. For the past 2 days, I've been doing 8-hour streams, like a little bit under 8 hours. Last night I did like 7 hours and 40, and I do feel a lot better. I might just like shorten the length of the streams, never above 10. I don't think I should ever do more than 10-hour streams. I might do like a parental control on myself because I feel a lot better. I went to sleep early at like a reasonable hour. I woke up early at a reasonable hour. I went and I worked out this morning. I have some personal stuff going on that I'm not going to elaborate on, but there is a fun little thing that we have planned for 420. And for that, I needed to get a COVID test. Well, 2 COVID tests that we're going to need to get. So I got that earlier this morning. I'm also trying to, you know, get fucking insured. And there's a lot of there's a lot of fun stuff that I'm learning about. There's a lot of fun stuff that I'm learning about the American insurance structure, specifically that revolving around, you know, personal individual insurance versus corporate insurance that you can get. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but so PPOs versus HMOs, right? I'm going to go through this really quickly, okay? This is like personal news, but it's also news a little bit. An HMO is a health maintenance organization, while a PPO stands for a preferred provider organization. The PPO coverage is more expansive, okay? A HMO coverage is limited, so the premiums are cheaper on the HMO side. The PPO is more expensive, okay? However, my HMO premiums are still going to be pretty fucking low, high. So I, through Cobra, had a PPO. Okay, I, through Cobra, had an expansive coverage, okay? Out-of-network coverage, blah, 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 all the good stuff. Platinum package, which is precisely why I was paying $666 a month. Now, I call Anthem this morning, and I'm like, yo, I want the same exact fucking plan. Like, I'll pay it. I don't give a shit. And they're like, oh, no, that's great. Here, we'll give you the same exact plan. Okay. Turns out it's not the same exact plan. It's cheaper. I'm like, why is this cheaper? It's kind of weird. I asked them, wait, this says this is an HMO. I had a PPO. Can I get my regular like coverage? They're like, oh no, Omega lol. You thought you could get a fucking PPO? You thought you could get a PPO as an individual? Try again, sweaty. Get fucked, eat shit, and fucking kill yourself. Okay? That's basically what my insurance provider said. It was like, what? You thought you could pay more and like actually get the most expensive insurance coverage? No, eat shit and fucking die, you fucking idiot. You don't work. You're not a corporation. You don't work for a corporation. What do you think? We're going to give out fucking the same premium fucking expansive coverage that we're going to give to corporations? Like, what are you, fucking stupid? Hey, hey, guess what? Turns out you also have a medical brain problem, clearly, that should be reflected in your medical history for thinking that you could get the same kind of coverage that you could get that corporations can get. What's wrong with you? Welcome to America. Fuck off and die. So that's basically the conversation that I had. It was like literally for an hour I'm on the phone and, you know, everything's going great all the way up till, you know, I'm signing the dotted line and I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck? This is an HMO. This is not a PPO. So I call my primary care physician. I'm like, or I tell the person on the line, like, this is my primary care physician. Is it covered? Ring, ring, ring. Of course they're not fucking covered. I literally was not going. I was literally about to fucking sign on for a plan where I was paying nearly $600 a month and I wasn't going to be able to go to my primary care physician. So, American healthcare is so brutally fucked up. It is so brutally fucked up. You need to make an LLC. Lol, joke's on you. Even if you make an LLC, you still do not qualify for corporate insurance because you need to have 2 employees that you're paying insurance for. If you're paying for one person's singular insurance as an LLC, if you're a sole LLC and with 1 employee, then no, you can't get fucking insurance. Get fucked, you fucking loser, okay? Get fucked and die, you fucking loser, is literally the insurance. Like, it's in the fine print. Like, they, through legal speak, they tell you, fucking kill yourself, you loser, basically, if you are not a corporation. That's pretty much what the American insurance provider does, okay? Wait, you have insurance? I do not, my friend. So, it's still stupid expensive even with an LLC. Well, the problem is, or at least when you get the LLC, you have the expansive coverage, right? So if you don't have the LLC, you don't even have the access to the fucking full network, which is insane. Like you can't even pay for it. It is wild to me. Like, I'm like, dude, listen, I'm paying an ungodly amount already. Like, I'm willing to pay an ungodly amount for just like the comprehensive coverage that I want to get, that I've had already. I'm already fucking healthy. I'm 29 years old. I'm healthy. I have no like medical history that would raise any red flags. Just fucking give me the insurance, dipshit. And they're still like, lol, no, because fuck you. You're not a company. You're not a corporation. Corporations are people. People are not people. People are slaves. Corporations, on the other hand, are the real people. And that's precisely why they get to have the full coverage. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. I want to pay more to get coverage, and they literally tell you you cannot get the expansive coverage that allows you to go to any fucking hospital or anywhere you want to go to because you're not a corporation and you're not employed by a corporation.
Been watching for a bit longer than that. Keep it up, dude.
That's what America is about, baby. Like, American capitalism is so fucking fundamentally broken that you literally cannot even pay for it. Like even if you want to pay for something, you cannot pay for it. That is like, that's literally against capitalism, okay? I don't know what else to say. Like,
no longer a 3-month dandy jammies.
Anyway, how does Twitch work? Are you not working under Amazon? No, like, it doesn't work that way. I'm a contractor. Guys, the reason why what I'm describing to you is going to be even more and more damaging in the future is because, I mean, there's going to be a lot of junk insurance providers that literally give you like the worst dog shit insurance, right? And they already exist. The reason why I mention this is because a lot of people are moving over to the gig economy. It's very difficult to have a fucking job, and it's very difficult to maintain a job, and it's very difficult to maintain a job that also provides healthcare for you, right? So for a lot of people, my life and my work, my experiences, albeit I'm incredibly fortunate, so I'm on the opposite end of that scale, are similar to a lot of people who are literally in the gig economy, who are working Uber Eats and Postmates and fucking Uber and trying to get healthcare, but they can't because Uber is never going to give them the healthcare. So they literally have to go and buy their own healthcare. If they would like to get expansive healthcare coverage as a gig economy worker who relies on, who basically is their own fucking boss, pretty much, they do not have access to this kind of insurance. Hasan is literally an Uber driver except for entertainment. Yeah, pretty much. Can't you just cash pay for the healthcare you need? It's usually cheaper. I'm not saying that's a good solution for more people. Most people. No, dude. You cannot just cash pay for the healthcare you need. You do understand that the entirety of healthcare costs rely on people who have the capacity to pay for it, right? In the United States of America, and because of insurance providers being the middleman and driving up costs, hospitals charge $700 for a fucking Tic Tac because the person who's capable of paying $700 for a Tic Tac literally floats the entire hospital. Okay? That's it. Because most of the people literally cannot pay. Medication that you pay, brand medication that you pay for with your insurance is $15. Brand medication that your insurance doesn't like is $25. Generic medication that you pay for with your insurance is $5. Care to find out how much those things cost without insurance? I can tell you. Brand medication is $600.
Hi.
Yeah, just pay out of pocket. Pay cash. Like, I just got a fucking swab test, right? I was supposed to get a swab test, a PCR swab test for COVID, because I'm going to do a shoot with a bunch of other people, right? And we need to get tested twice before we do the shoot. And I didn't want to wait because it was supposed to be at 11. And right now, I would literally still be getting swab tested. And I wouldn't be able to stream on time. So I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to go and get it on my own. I paid $150 for a swab test out of pocket. Just straight up, $150. I did that because I wanted to be on time for the stream and not rely on anyone. But yeah, it was $150 with no insurance. It's a $150 test. Something that the government provides for free, by the way, in most countries. Even countries where you have private insurance, it's still free.
Let my himbo purchase healthcare. He wants you capitalist.
Yeah, my month's insulin is $1,600 out of pocket. With insurance is $0. I pay $500 a month for family insurance through my employer. Yeah, exactly. It's terrible. It's garbage. It's inhumane. It's really fucked up. It's America, baby. So welcome to the United States of America, where dumbasses are still like, oh, we shouldn't get it. We shouldn't get Medicare for us. It's so bad. It's so bad. How will we live? How will we pay for it? How will we pay for it? People just don't want it. People don't want it. I want to fucking, the things I would do, man. The things I would do to fucking ensure that American people have healthcare. Like everyone in America has healthcare. And I say this as someone who is literally in the fucking top percentile of wealth, okay? Like, I'm going to be paying way more in taxes. I don't give a shit. It's so fucking stupid that people are literally like, Americans don't want it. Like, shut the fuck up, dumbass. You don't want to pay a little bit more money, and with the little bit more money that you pay for, you would straight up eliminate so much dog shit. Like, you would be living a healthier life. You would literally just not have to worry about this shit. Even as a wealthy person, you wouldn't have to worry about this shit. It's so fucking annoying, dude.
Yep, gig.
It makes me so mad. How do you respond to the people that say wait times for procedures will increase a lot? Wait times for procedures rely on okay, there's two parts of this problem, okay? First of all, that's not true. Like, it's literally false. The only place where there's longer wait times for like non-emergency medical procedures is a place like Canada and the UK. Outside of that, wait times are literally fucking longer in America than everywhere else. So it's a meme that like American healthcare is so fucking good. It's not, okay? Our outcomes are not better than the rest of the comparable OECD nations, and our fucking coverage is not better than the rest of the comparable OECD nations. It is literally not true. And even then, the wait times are comparable between Canada and the UK and the United States. Now, the other part of this problem is that healthcare needs to be rationed, right? If you're doing you know, straight up across the board, single payer healthcare. It needs to be rationed. Okay, motherfucker. Healthcare is currently rationed in the United States of America. It's just rationed by, if you're poor, you fucking die, which I consider to be a significantly less ethical system. Like, right now, we ration healthcare by virtue of who can pay for it. That's it. And that's just how it works under capitalism. There is no significance. There's no importance for like you being a human being. The most efficient way of distributing resources under capitalism is by who can pay for it. What that means is, for example, let's say you are a billionaire and you have a bunch of fucking cats, okay? And there's a scarcity for food. The poor person who's not going to be able to pay for the food is going to fucking die when the billionaire could literally feed their fucking cats. That's just how it is, because the billionaire has the capacity to pay for the food. And that's how it works. Same with fucking healthcare.
Let's go.
Anyway. So basically, if your main concern is like longer wait times, there's other ways to alleviate that problem. But if your main concern is like longer wait times, well, then you're basically saying like, oh, I just don't want everyone to have healthcare. Like, I don't give a shit if like I can maybe sometimes get healthcare.
Daddy Azan.
Anyway, Canada wait times aren't actually longer. I live in Canada, but I had to get an emergency in Atlanta because I broke my leg, and it took longer than I checked than me to get looked at in Canada. I mean, that's anecdotal. But overall, it doesn't matter. Overall, it does not matter. It literally doesn't matter. It's literally fucking it's comparable. Canada on certain issues is longer, like hip replacement surgery or some shit will take a little bit longer in Canada for you to get than the United States of America. Except the difference is in Canada, it's like nearly free. In the United States, it's $1 gazillion. So, you know, I would rather have the fucking free ass surgery than the $7 gazillion in ass surgery that I have to pay for.
Big up the NHS.
That's the best part. Yeah, exactly. I know this is like incredibly difficult for Americans to comprehend, but you know how we ration healthcare in the UK? By who needs it most? Exactly. That's literally how it's supposed to be. It blows my fucking mind.
HasanAbi, much love, pop off.
In America, on the other hand, it's like, it's just you're fucking fearful for your life. Anyway, so that's personal news that was going on in my life that I wanted to give you guys a brief, a peek into. I'm having a great time, a grand old time under the wonderful coverage of capitalist healthcare. The greatest healthcare of all time, and the greatest country of all time. I'm in the top 1% of wealth here in the United States of America, and yet still I have issues, a fuckload of complications. When it comes to getting healthcare coverage, despite the fact that I'm 29 fucking years old and literally healthy. I am every insurance provider's wet dream, okay? Insurance executives jerk off about people like myself. 29 years old, mashallah, no fucking healthcare complications whatsoever, and still willing to pay thousands of dollars a month. Like, do you understand? Like, that is straight up a dream. That is like a healthcare executive masturbation. It's a kink that healthcare executives have. I literally, people like myself, will fund the entire healthcare pool so that people who actually fucking need healthcare can get it, right? That's how insurance works, because less likely for someone like myself to use the healthcare and still pay into it. And I still can't fucking get my goddamn coverage that I would normally get. It is wild.
Imagine I still worked my old job without benefits.
It's wild to me. The reason why I'm saying this is not the fucking flex, by the way, for all the dumbasses who are like, I can't believe he's flexing. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because, like, capitalism under... Oh, my God. Motherfuckers, stop sending essays, okay? Capitalism and capitalist healthcare in the United States is so fucking fundamentally broken that it's literally, like, you can't even pay for the privilege, okay? You just can't. It's just so stupid. What the fuck, bro? You aren't the fucking dream. You are a liability. You have the Maulding syndrome. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, you're right. I literally sit at fucking home, super low risk, no fucking medical history, don't smoke, don't drink alcohol. Like, I'm literally just fucking nonstop, just working, and I'm willing to pay for the healthcare. So I'm not even, like, driving around enough to get into a fucking car accident or some shit. It is wild that like I can't just get just regular healthcare. Aren't you overweight though? Okay, that's a fucking meme, brother. Like I say I'm overweight, but like no, I'm still in very well fucking shape. Shut the fuck up, idiot. 29? Damn, bro, I thought you were 23. No, I'm 29 years old. Anyway. So. Don't you chew nicotine? It doesn't matter. I'm not smoking cigarettes. Okay. How long do you plan on living in the U.S.? I don't know. As a florist, most jobs don't have healthcare. I did the math on what I would pay for medical bills is like $47,000 at age 27. I don't know. Your blood pressure goes up pretty high when you see a sandwich with no structural integrity. Okay, shut up. Anyway, it's really bad. It's really, really, really fucking bad. Healthcare is really bad. That's what I just wanted to say. I'm gonna tweet out that I'm live for all the Normans to get in. Okay. Police accidentally murder Daunte Wright. Derek Chauvin trial still ongoing. COVID vaccine updates. Infrastructure spending and hogwatch. Get in now. www.twitch.tv/HasanAbi. Hey, thank you for the Nomads NS. Thank you for the 20 gifted. One of my fucking healthcare fund boys. Give up the divided states of America. Move to Norway with Newt. XQC's back on No Pixel in case you haven't heard. Dude, I don't give a shit. Okay, good. Like, you feeling better today compared to the Saturday? I do feel better. Yes. I do feel a lot better. I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm sure he's turned over a new leaf. I have personally always maintained the position that I do not personally give a shit. One way or the other. Are your toes better? Lol. Yeah. Why is dental care so hard to access? I fucking don't even get me started on that shit. I can't even imagine what it's like to grow up without the kind of privilege I did, being white, middle class, and in Canada, and have ADHD, autism, or any other mental issues or disorders. I'm incredibly grateful for how easy it's been for me to find the help when I need it. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen since Daunte Wright died 11 miles away from where the George Floyd incident took place, especially since the trial is still ongoing? I feel like people are actually going to go apeshit. Yes. It is really fucking bad. It is really, 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 really fucking bad. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's just get started on it. So listen, I'm just gonna fucking give you guys like the brief update. But in Brooklyn Center, the police fatally shot someone who's 20 years old. Okay. And this is happening. This happened during, I mean, while the Derek Chauvin trial is still ongoing. Now, Brooklyn Center is in Minneapolis, right? If I'm not mistaken. This is like very, very close to where the George Floyd murder took place. police very quickly reached out, or police very quickly went. It was like 10 minutes north. Yeah, it's a suburb. It's like one town over. So basically what ended up happening is there was a police stop, from what I understand, where Daunte Wright, who's 20 years old and black, was at a police stop. He gets shot at the stop, okay, at a traffic stop. He gets shot at the traffic stop. He drives away and he dies while in the process of driving away. And his girlfriend's in the car. His mother literally fucking calls ahead of time. You are saying he's wrong. It's Daunte. Oh, it's Daunte, and you misspelled it in your tweet. Okay, chill the fuck out. Okay, I'm sorry. Just calm down. Okay. Daunte Wright. Jesus Christ. Okay. Daunte Wright is 20 years old. He gets I mean, I'm dyslexic as fuck. Just calm down, okay? It's very difficult for me to write American words. In the instance of a fucking police brutality, if your hyper focuses on me saying the word, saying the name wrong, or saying or spelling it incorrectly, me as a specific, like, not like a fucking major news organization, but me as a fucking Turkish motherfucker that you already know, then you literally are not even remotely interested in like tackling structural racism, and instead are hyper focusing on the aesthetics and just showing that one more time. The ESL excuse. I'm sorry, motherfucker. I'm sorry that I didn't fucking grow up here and I had to learn English. If you can speak another fucking language, then you can talk to me, okay? Suck my dick. Yeah, I'm part of the fucking problem. I know. You, a person, are not allowed to mistakes. Only corporations are allowed. No, the problem is, like, if it's fucking ABC doing it, they have fucking fact checkers, okay? Like, they literally have fact checkers. It still stems from a place of white supremacy where people just, like, don't know or didn't bother to check. Even then, though, it's not the fucking worst part, okay, of this entire process. Okay. Yeah, apologies for misspelling. Daunte's name. It's Daunte Wright. Motherfuckers be like, hey, 5 WPM, 5 WPM. But then, like, the moment I fucking misspell something, they're like, oh, dude, this must mean that you're a fucking racist. Suck my dick, okay? You're making this bigger than it is. Someone just corrected you. No, someone else already fucking said, no, there's literally fucking people replying saying, it's Daunte, not Daunte. Get the name straight before we go out calling for justice. Like, no, it's like, this is the classic fucking Twitter bullshit. Like, it's literally just immediately fucking classic Twitter bullshit. Okay. And it's not one person. There's a bunch of people, because this is like, the hyper focus is on aesthetics. ABC probably actually fucking spelt it right.
Protests on the streets of suburban.
Okay. No, I'm a fucking racist. I'm a white supremacist. I don't give a shit if you think that, okay? Like, literally, I don't give a shit. Just leave and go find a non-racist person to listen to on issues of police brutality. Anyway, as a white supremacist, I'll continue on with the story. Okay, so there were immediately fucking protests that erupted into more aggressive protests that turned into some would consider riots, okay? Which is, again, completely understandable considering the fact that this literally happened 10 minutes away from the original George Floyd murder, while the literal George Floyd murder trial is still happening, with Derek Chauvin and his defense attorneys actively vilifying a victim every single fucking day in a court of law trying to get a murderous police officer off on murder. Okay? So let's take a look at what. So immediately, once these protests started, and because of the volatility of the event itself, obviously, cops were very quick, like surprisingly quick, not usual for situations like this, to immediately say, this is the body camera footage. And from what I understand, literally while I was waiting for more information to come out, they already came out and talked about, in the last like half hour before I started streaming while I was showering, that the officer accidentally discharged their lethal weapon thinking that it was their taser, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to take a look at that in a second. It's a terrible fucking, it's a terrible defense. Absolutely disgusting. And another person has been murdered. And their parent, their mother, Daunte's mother, was on the phone, from what I understand, in his final moments. His girlfriend was informing her of what was going on.
With the protests erupting once again on the streets of Minnesota, this time in a Minneapolis suburb, after a fatal police shooting. 20-year-old Daunte Wright killed during a traffic stop, and overnight, police in body armor using gas and flashbang grenades to clear crowds. All this occurring not far from where former officer Derek Chauvin is on trial, charged with murdering George Floyd. Alex Perez is there with the very latest. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Michael. The trial of Derek Chauvin continues here at the courthouse later this morning. Now, tensions were already high in the area, but this latest police shooting has escalated that, many taking to the streets in protest.
Oh my God.
For the record, a taser weighs about 8 ounces, okay? It's much shorter, much smaller, whereas a Glock, especially a fully loaded Glock, it weighs around 31.39 ounces. There's there's the bright yellow on a taser. This is what a fucking taser looks like. Now, I don't know what a police-issued taser might look like. This is a civilian one, I believe, that I'm looking at. I think a police-issued taser is actually even more yellow than a regular taser, specifically because, like, they want to showcase that it's not a lethal weapon. It's the less than lethal weapon. You know what I mean? So I'm just going through this and doing my due diligence at the very least. A taser weight is 8 ounces, as I mentioned already. A fully loaded Glock, on the other hand, is 31.39 ounces. I don't think they're even on the same side of your utility belt, specifically so that you literally don't pull it out on accident.
Overnight, protests erupted in Brooklyn Center, a suburb of Minneapolis, after a fatal police shooting of a black man during a traffic stop. The Minnesota National Guard deployed. Daunte Wright! Daunte Wright! Police deploying tear gas to clear the crowds.
Oh, more flashbang grenades.
The incident beginning just before 2 p.m. on Sunday, when officers pulled a car over for a traffic violation. According to the Brooklyn Center Police Department, the driver, who had an outstanding warrant, tried to get back in the vehicle while officers were making an arrest. An officer then shot the driver, the car driving for several blocks before crashing into another vehicle. Police say paramedics attempted life-saving measures, but the driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Governor Tim Walz tweeting, "Our state mourns another life of a black man taken by law enforcement." Tensions very quickly rising. Before nightfall, protesters carrying Black Lives Matter signs seen here clashing with police. Protesters also seen.
So here's the thing. When this happens, understandably, people that have been pushed to literally the last, like, their last stand, their final stand in this circumstance, where they're looking for any amount of justice to be served. When this sort of thing happens, and you immediately see retaliation from the people in that vicinity, in that region, protesting police brutality, and you rush to go, oh my God, I can't believe that fucking cop cars are being attacked. If that's your go-to, if that's your main focus, then it seems like it honestly seems like you just don't give a shit about justice at all, and more so are looking for any excuse to vilify people protesting police brutality. They're not going to protest in the way that you expect them to, especially considering that this is an ongoing issue that has not been fucking resolved at all, and rarely does justice ever get served, okay?
Jumping on cars, even using cinder blocks to smash windows on a police vehicle. Katie Wright, the mother of the driver who
He had a warrant out for his arrest. While police are trying to cuff him, he tries to jump back in his car. You don't know what someone is doing when they jump in that car. It's a split-second decision made in a stressful scenario. 99.999% of people will never understand. What's a good thing you're probably in the 99.999% of people as well, especially considering the fact that the police are literally looking to make an argument as to why they thought it was a fucking non-lethal weapon and it was an accidental discharge. So here's the thing I don't understand. Do you work for the Fraternal Order of Police or something? Do you work for the fucking police unions? Why are you doing PR and also legal defense for free for police officers that themselves are not even fucking rushing to defend in this way? And even then, if that happened, okay, does he deserve to fucking die? Absolutely not. This notion that like all of this warrants an execution in a country where we're supposed to have due process, but instead routinely cops will be the judge, jury, and executioner in any given legal circumstance is fucking psychotic to me, okay? Go live in Saudi Arabia, motherfucker, if that's what you want. I'm sorry, dude. Seriously. That is straight up un-American. That is not what America is supposed to be about, okay? That is not what America is supposed to be about. You cannot fucking advocate for a cop to literally fucking play judge, jury, executioner in these sort of circumstances and then simultaneously talk about how patriotic you are, okay? In theory, that is not what America is about. In practice, that is exceptionally what America is about, specifically as it pertains to marginalized communities being on the other receiving end of the barrel of the gun. Of course. However, like I said, it is not what America is supposed to be about in theory, so shut the fuck up.
who was shot identified her son as 20-year-old Daunte Wright, his family telling ABC News that he was a good kid and loved being a father to his son Daunte Jr., seen in this photo being held by Wright's brother at the protest.
He called me at about 1:40, said he was getting pulled over by the police. And I said, well, why did you get pulled over? He said they pulled him over because he had air fresheners hanging from the rearview mirror. I don't want everybody out here chanting and screaming and yelling. I just want him home. That's it.
And authorities are investigating this latest shooting and say the police officers involved do wear body cams. Michael?
All right.
So, yeah, they were very quick. Yeah, he had a son. Yes. 20-year-old, had a son, fucking dead now.
Alex, all of this is going on just 10 miles from where George Floyd died. And the trial of former officer Derek Chauvin resumed this morning. What are jurors going to hear this morning?
For the record, when you see a black person and you see, oh, he had an arrest warrant, I need you to understand, like, that shit literally could be for a misdemeanor traffic violation, okay? That could be for a moving violation that you forgot to pay your fine on. I'm just letting you know. This is how some of those circumstances are like, okay? You could have a misdemeanor moving violation that goes unaddressed or unresolved, and all of a sudden, you didn't know that you had to go to a fucking court and get it handled with. You didn't know you had to go to a fucking, traffic court or some shit. So your immediate jump to the conclusion that, like, oh, this person had a fucking arrest warrant, so he needs to be executed is psychotic. And that's a lot of the motivating reasons for why cops behave the way that they do, because they know that a majority of people, the Back to Blue crowd specifically, immediately assume, like, oh, he has an arrest warrant. Like, black person, arrest warrant, fucking criminal thug, execution warranted. Obviously, duh. Warrants are super fucking common, okay? You, motherfuckers, might have an arrest warrant right now. You literally might have a warrant out right now without even knowing that you have one out. For the reasons that I just mentioned, it could literally be a fucking unpaid fine that you didn't realize. You should not be executed for this. You should not be executed in any of these circumstances, regardless. Like,
yeah, Michael, the trial resumes here later this morning. Prosecutors are expected to call George Floyd's brothers to testify about the kind of person he was. Prosecutors could very soon rest their case. Michael?
All right, Alex.
Here's the warrant. Is this real? The warrant on Daunte Wright was unpaid fines for 2 minor misdemeanors, 1 a marijuana case totaling 346. He pled guilty, filed for deferred payment, and they were sent to a collections during a pandemic. And then he was pulled over in a car for air fresheners and killed over it. Wait, hold on. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry. I don't know. This is not verified information yet. Okay, that's not. That's not fucking verified information. We don't know. It could be that could be the case, but I do not know yet. Sorry. I should not have shown you that. It goes along with what my suspicion is that you can, or what I've just basically told you is that you can literally fucking get an outstanding warrant for petty crime and petty misdemeanors and shit like that. So, you know, we'll get into it after because I know that there's going to be more information coming down on this issue. But you know, there's another story with a Afro-Latino Army officer, Army lieutenant, who had a gun pulled on him and pepper sprayed in a traffic stop. This happened last year, but the video actually resurfaced this year and went viral. And he's suing the cops. The cops immediately were fired once the video went viral. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, though. Before we're just going to before we do that, I'm going to you know, continue on with this story because I want to see. So the Brooklyn Center Police Chief says a cop shot and killed Daunte Wright by accident. Says this is an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright. Here's the full testimony.
As you can hear, the officer, while struggling with Mr. Wright, shouts "taser, taser" several times. That is part of the officer's training prior to deploying a taser, which is a less lethal device. That is done to make her partners aware, as well as the subject, that a taser deployment will be imminent. During this encounter, however, the officer drew their handgun instead of their taser. For informational purposes, we train with our handguns on our dominant side and our taser on our weak side. So if you're right-handed, I'm going
to play that again.
The officer drew their handgun instead of their taser. For informational purposes, we train with our handguns on our dominant side and our taser on our weak side. So if you're right-handed, you carry your firearm on your right side and you carry your taser on the left. This is done purposefully and is trained. As I watch the video and listen to the officer's commands, it is my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet. This appears to me, from what I viewed and the officer's reaction and distress immediately after, that this was an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright.
Okay. So either the cop is so damn incompetent to know which side is his weak side or it was intentional. Okay. It literally doesn't matter. I mean, one is like gross negligence and should be a criminal fucking offense, especially if you're a cop. Like, because here's the reality, okay? Even if you are to believe what he is saying, this should, which many people understandably do not believe what he's saying, because one, a taser weighs, as I mentioned already, 8 ounces, okay? A fully loaded Glock, which is what police officers use in the United States, is 33 ounces. So a fully loaded Glock is going to be, 31.39 ounces. So there is a gigantic weight difference between a fucking taser. A taser also oftentimes is yellow to imply that it's less than lethal, okay? So it's fucking 4 times the weight. Like, maybe in the situation you were really, really, really fucking stressed out and really scared, and you pulled out your Glock and you thought it was your fucking taser and you shot someone. Even if it's a fucking taser, ridiculous that like your immediate go-to is just to fucking tase someone for getting back in their fucking car. Okay? So he took off the safety. It's a Glock, chat. I don't think that Glocks have safeties like that. I think it's a trigger safety, if I'm not mistaken. So for people who are saying it's a safety, it's a Glock. Glocks don't have safety. Learn your fucking guns. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? Don't come at me with fucking gun knowledge, bitch. Anyway, there's a body cam footage of this entire thing regardless. So, there is like you know, there will be retribution. Okay, there will be retribution in this situation. I know that in the body cam footage, yes, in the body cam footage, like she yells taser as the fucking police chief just mentioned, and then goes, oh shit, I shot him, not realizing that I'm not gonna play it right now, but okay, every time shit like this happens with trigger happy cops who assume the absolute worst from every single interaction, I wonder, how does this shit not happen in other countries like in Europe? Why is it so American? In every regard. It's just, okay, look, let's just keep going. Speaking of which, this ties back into the Derek Chauvin case as well, by the way, because the Chauvin trial judge denies a request for jury sequestration after the police shooting because the defense attorneys for Derek Chauvin literally said, well, this will taint the fucking jury's opinion. Because, unfortunately, in the United States of America, police brutality is so fucking common that, hey, it happened again literally 10 minutes away from the other fucking murder that we are having a current trial for. So the jury can't make a fucking, you know, regular defense here. The jury is not going to be able to, stop themselves from being tainted with other influence of a yet another fucking instance of police murder. Police murdering a black kid. Okay? So, you know, the Chauvin trial judge denied the request for the jury sequestration after the police shooting, but they still tried. You know, that didn't stop them from trying to use this as an opportunity to fucking sequester the jury. So, here it is. Let's hear what.
If an officer racial profiling that happened in this situation, we are standing in solidarity and calling for the firing of this officer. You have talked about her having due process, although Daunte Wright did not get due process in that situation. She needs to be fired immediately to send a message that this type of behavior will not be condoned within the city of Brooklyn Center.
Thank you. I appreciate those comments.
If an officer racial profiling that happened in this situation, we are standing in solidarity and calling for the firing of this officer. You have talked about her having due process, although Daunte Wright did not get due process.
It's ridiculous. The Brooklyn Center Chief Police abruptly leaves in the middle of the Daunte Wright news conference, leaving the mayor and city manager to answer the questions.
Delay in getting tabs and things of this nature from the DMV. So even people who have purchased tabs are unable to get them because there's a 2 to 3 month backlog. Are you aware of that? And is your staff also aware of that? And have you made any type of recommendations to your staff to be mindful that we're in the middle of a pandemic and don't pull people over for tabs? Particularly because there is a significant delay in getting those tabs from the Department of Motor Vehicles. Are you aware of that?
I am aware of
that. Police.
I am aware of that.
Is your staff aware of that?
Yes, they are.
Chief.
That was the last question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mr. Mayor, may I ask you, in that video, the female officer clearly made a fatal mistake. She did
significant.
It does not matter what color Daunte Wright's skin was. She intended to tase a suspect and end up fatally shooting someone. She can't continue to be a cop. 100%. 100% in agreement there. I think most cops should not fucking be cops. Let's be real. Because of the way that the training works in this country, because of the way the police culture works in this country, most cops that have fucking been tainted by the way that policing operates in the country so far literally are incapable of fucking continuing to be cops. Because of that, they're just, it's broken. They're broken completely. It's just, it doesn't matter if the victim is black or white. It literally, they're just like, it cannot continue. On the top, that cop got fired. Same shit happened here with that big group of people who were corralled and tear gas in an alley. Body cam footage from that day was held up in courts by cop lawyers for months. The day that the footage came out, they disciplined a bunch of cops for what they did and said that they only now know that the footage was public. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Why is the U.S. police so poorly trained? It's... Brooklyn Center police are currently flying a blue line flag outside of the station right now. Oh, nice, dude. I don't know if this is real or not. Hold on. Oh, never mind. This is a Star Tribune journalist. Yeah, bro, just burn a cross, brother. Just literally burn a cross, brother. Just straight up, bro. I mean, look, if the biggest fucking victim in your minds, in a circumstance where a fucking senior officer executes a 20-year-old black man, okay, in a fucking regular traffic stop, okay, where the person potentially has a warrant for a misdemeanor offense, allegedly, and your big fucking problem in that situation, while there's also simultaneously an ongoing fucking police execution trial going on, your big fucking honoring the victim's moment is literally the cop who might fucking, lose their job, then you're a gigantic piece of shit. The entire fucking department is bullshit. Just carve it out and replace. It's wild. Like, it's wild. You're basically saying, I don't give a fuck about the person that died. I just do not give a fuck about the person that died. I only care about the cop that might fucking get a slap on the wrist. Maybe.
It's my belief that the officer had the intention to deploy their taser, but instead shot Mr. Wright with a single bullet. This appears to me, from what I've viewed and the officer's reaction and distress immediately after, that this was an accidental discharge that resulted in the tragic death of Mr. Wright. I have asked the BCA to conduct an independent investigation into the shooting and death. Once they are completed, I expect they will submit their findings, independent of me, to the appropriate authorities, the appropriate attorneys that will look and review this case. I'm also stressing that I do hope for the community to be patient and allow this criminal investigation, to be completed as thoroughly as possible. I believe Mr. Wright deserves this, as do all involved. The officer is currently on administrative leave. Make a short comment about...
If you just listen to the officer, he wouldn't have died. Dude, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Seriously. Like, you are such subhuman filth. It is mind-boggling to me, okay? Like, it is... You are literally subhuman filth. You have no fucking respect for the sanctity of human life. You will never understand why you're wrong. You are just a vile scumbag. Seriously. Like, oh, you didn't listen to me, so now you get murdered is not a fucking thing that happens, okay? That's not a thing. Just get that out of your fucking brain, okay? Get that out of your fucking brain. Please. Seriously, erase the part of your fucking brain, maybe with a lobotomy, where it says that you can actually fucking murder someone for not listening to your demands. If you believe in due process, if you love the concept of America, if you're truly a patriot and you believe the theory that everyone should get their fucking day in court, then you can never, ever have that take. Okay? You can never have that take. If that's your point of view, then leave America. Go somewhere else where cops can play judge, jury, executioner and get away with it. Do you have an actual answer to that? Yes, I do. That's my answer. A police officer does not have or should not have the right to play judge, jury, executioner in any of these circumstances. Okay? They can't. You can't do that. It's fucking ridiculous. And you are basically fucking defending that system.
What happened last night to our community, a community that I've been a part of for 27 years. I've seen some of the worst damage to this city I've ever seen in those years. Again, peaceful protesting, expressing yourself, we fully support that. But the ravaging of our businesses, the looting of our stores, the destruction to our pharmacies, we cannot tolerate that.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay. What if the suspect hurted an innocent person while running from the cop? Brother, that's not what happened, okay? And that's the innocent person that was executed was the fucking person. So what are you talking about? What if a hypothetical? Like, what if in a hypothetical? Okay, what if he had a fucking nuke strapped to his chest, dog? What then? You know? Let's just go after all these other fucking different hypotheticals in this situation. Bro, what if the fucking suspect literally had a nuke strapped to his fucking chest and the only way to deactivate the nuke is by executing him? I mean, what if then? I mean, would you say that fucking in this entirely different situation, would you say that it was acceptable to kill the guy? Checkmate, liberal. Okay, dude. You got it. And yeah, now police are in riot gear stationed at the Brooklyn Center in Minneapolis or Minnesota. I like this notion that, like, you know, police don't just have presence that is supposed to maintain like this notion of law and order, but now they are literally fucking stopping crimes, which is not even true for the most part. But they're also preventing further crime from happening while, you know, doing the criminal activities themselves, which is like murder. Okay. Like you went from like assuming that cops do something that they usually don't to literally retroactively justifying murder. Okay. You were here. You took something that was up here and you fucking pulled it down to an entirely different place to just defend something that even the police department itself is not defending right now, and have admitted that they fucked up. Just remember that. If you find yourself in a position where you are literally fucking defending police murder when the fucking cops themselves are not defending it, just try to figure out why you are this cucked to the American police state. Can't defend the Capitol. Now they are in riot gear again. Yeah. It is mind-boggling to me that fucking regular traffic stops are handled by fully kitted out Gestapo fucks, okay? I'm sorry. That should not happen, okay? The meter maids that don't have fucking weapons should be doing regular traffic stops. It is wild to me that someone needs a fucking AR-15 for a traffic stop, okay? It's wild. It's ridiculous. It's wild to me that in No Pixel Grand Theft Auto roleplay, the fucking operating procedure, the SOP that's written by an actual fucking cop, by the way, literally a real cop wrote the fucking SOP for the police departments in a fucking roleplay server. And even there, they have stricter protocols of using non-lethal versus lethal weapons versus class 2 AR-15 weapons. It's fucking insane, dude. Like, it's literally roleplay. Roleplay world has stricter fucking rules of engagement than the United States of America. God damn it, dude. I'm a Harley service consultant, and the local motorcycle clubs have AR-15s in their saddlebags. Good. Great. Anyway, the governor is live right now.
So some of the things that we can do. And
while we're gonna tune into the governor for a second, but before I do that, obviously I gotta run a fucking ad break here. It's top of the hour. It's the first ad break of the day that I gotta run. If you no longer want to see the ad breaks, if you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Well, it's harder to get a gun in Grand Theft Auto 5 than in America. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I imagine it's because dying in NP versus IRL are radically different. I agree with your sentiment, though. Yeah, dying in NP is fucking way more common. And even then, they have stronger fucking rules of engagement. So, yeah. Anyway, here's the fucking ad break now.
Or destruction to property or to put people at risk, it will not be tolerated. And we have known for many months that as this trial and the focus of this nation was on this trial, that there would be those that want to do both. Those that want to bring about change, those that want to express their constitutional rights, those that are angry, heartbroken, sad, fed up, tired, all of the things that they have every reason to feel. But we also know, and we saw it again last night, those that would try and take advantage of this to create chaos or damage will not be tolerated. And the folks you're going to hear from after the mayors speak are our public safety professionals. And that will include everybody from the State Patrol to our local police departments, to our county sheriffs, to our National Guard, and in this organization, to community leaders and to sociologists and psychologists and people who are out there to understand that there's trauma in the community. And simply sometimes having uniformed officers is enough to trigger people and to cause situations to escalate. And those things have been given consideration. So while I can't provide any comfort to the Wright family, what I can tell this state and this nation is Minnesota's a place where we know that you can create space for grievances to be aired and First Amendment rights to be expressed, and you can stop people from creating crimes or doing destruction to property and to people. And the next thing that we can do is we can stop pretending that this is just the natural order of the universe and things happen this way. I'm going to demand that the legislature finally hold some hearings on some of these reforms, as I said, that have passed in other states and have proven to make a difference. Things that are supported by both law enforcement and community members. Things that we know that would reduce the chance of a routine traffic stop escalating into a loss of life. There are things that can be done. There are proposals that are out there. There's proven remedies that can be put into place. But that will never happen if we don't at least hold hearings on these things. If we don't at least get ourselves into an uncomfortable position and do what this democracy is supposed to do and debate the hard things. So I'm calling on the legislature, and I will be calling them later. If we have time to talk about other things, you can certainly find time on your calendar to put things in place that make sure we don't have another Daunte Wright laying on the streets of Brooklyn Center or any community in this state or this country. So those are things that we can do. Those are things that shouldn't be asking that much. Those are things that our communities demand of us. And I can tell you that angst and that trauma that people feel is exacerbated if they feel no one's listening or there's no place to express it. So our commitment with this...
Like, people that say... Sorry, I'm going to pause this fucking live stream for a second. But people that say, oh, Daunte Wright would be alive if he followed cops' orders, literally refuse that interaction was completely unwarranted. They refuse to recognize that Daunte Wright would be alive if fucking police officers did their fucking goddamn jobs correctly and didn't mistake a fucking Glock that weighs 32 pounds or 32 ounces for a taser. You'd be alive right now, more importantly, if he wasn't fucking pulled over for having air fresheners in his car, okay? He'd be alive right now if misdemeanor felonies or misdemeanor offenses did not warrant an insane fucking arrest warrant because you tried to get a deferral on your payment for some kind of fucking charge that you got in the middle of goddamn COVID, okay? There are so many different structural problems that you should be pointing to before you say, why don't you just literally fucking stop everything and obey when cops stop you and fucking scare the shit out of you with like actual guns while there's literally an ongoing fucking police brutality case going on in a court that's like 30 minutes away from where you live, because 10 minutes away from where you got shot last night and murdered, someone else was executed in broad daylight, and motherfuckers are still arguing on whether or not that was murder.
Amongst law enforcement agency and community, never before seen in Minnesota. But I'm telling you, and you saw it yesterday, until we make the proactive change to do the things to prevent it, continuing to stand up organizations like we've done here to put out the fire after it's been lit will simply not work. So
you just
we
can't
can
gloss
do
over
this
resisting
together. We
arrest.
can create-
I'm not glossing over it. I'm saying that it should not have even happened. There should be no resisting arrest. And resisting arrest does not warrant execution, no matter what. I'm not glossing over it. You're just refusing to recognize what I'm saying. Listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Refusing arrest in that situation does not warrant an execution. Okay? Resisting arrest in that instance does not warrant an execution. Listen to what I am saying. There are very few circumstances in which a police officer should be able to pull out their gun and fucking shoot. Okay? This does not meet that metric in any meaningful capacity. Okay? The only time a cop should be escalating to violent force is literally if the other person has a fucking gun and has shot it, or you are super clear that they're going to shoot it at you or someone else. That's it.
Have not. We have such a long way to go, and the cruel duality of mourning yet another officer-involved shooting, while we're simultaneously adjudicating at a trial yet another officer-involved killing, is cruel. It is just that, it is cruel. And what appears to be a careless and tragic mistake in a profession where you just can't make careless and tragic mistakes has not only further eroded trust between law enforcement and the communities that they serve, that they are charged with serving, but has been even more injurious to our communities of color, to our BIPOC communities in Minneapolis. And I recognize that the press conference that we saw earlier in Brooklyn Center is unthinkably disturbing. We recognize that the feeling and the sentiment in our city and in our region right now, especially for our Black and brown communities, is raw. And the anguish that we saw and witnessed that was captured in Kate.
Okay, I don't care about this. All right. Let's just continue with this. There is, we already talked about the key moments in Derek Chauvin's trial already, which is ongoing. I talked about that as well with regards to. I talked about the Chauvin trial already and how the defense attorneys tried to get try to sequester the jury because of yet another police brutality case occurring 10 minutes away from where George Floyd was executed in the hands of Derek Chauvin. So that was the judge refused that. And now we have the cardiologist, Dr. Jonathan Rich, talking about this. This is like one of the new instances, or some of the latest information that's coming out of the trial that's currently ongoing. That reconfirms the suspicions that everyone basically had, that it was asphyxiation and murder that took place last year. No, I can't play the body cam footage in. Who requested the trial move? Prosecution or defense? No, defense, of course. Defense wanted to move the trial because they thought that the jury would be tainted by yet another police brutality, or yet another police violent execution of yet another Black individual who was unarmed. So, oh, this presser was much better. Better reporters, great reporters. Yeah, I don't want to play the entire thing. What? I'm not going to play the body cam footage, guys. It's literally fucking terms of service to show someone being murdered. Regardless, it's amazing how shit it's been every situation to justify the murder of his kid when cops weren't even trying to kill him. Yeah, I know. Okay, he should have just let himself be arrested so they could sit on his neck for 10 minutes. Yeah, that's At least they don't get paid more to beat up people like in my country. What? They kind of do though. Okay. Let's continue on. There was a bunch of other things I want to show you. I think Steven Crowder is already like fucking defending this shit, but here's a Fox News correspondent. When you have something like an accidental discharge, people aren't going to say that it's justified, and they're still going to default to the belief that Black Lives Matter and that they think that black people are treated somehow otherwise. I mean, what's the take here? Like, do you think that fucking cops would have deployed their non-lethal or lethal weapons in a regular fucking traffic stop for a wealthy white person? In this same respect? No. Of course, the racism is like straight up fucking all over this. And regardless, black or white, the suspect being executed is still unjust no matter what. If a white woman resisted arrest, she would have been shot, Hasan. Fucking okay.
Believe the reaction and the build-up to tonight?
All I can tell you is the reaction I've seen here on the street, and I think there is still a great deal of anger. And you get different people like Ben Crump putting things out on social media. So things are not necessarily any less angry because you still have a young black man who has been killed at the
It's the belief that Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I know. That's a great, that's an accidental self-report right there.
Does this change, do you believe, the reaction?
People like Ben Crump putting things out on social media. So things are not necessarily any less angry because you still have a young black man who has been killed at the hands of police. And when you have something like an accidental discharge, people aren't going to say that it's justified, and they're still going to default to the belief that police, that Black Lives Matter, and they think that black people are treated somehow otherwise. What you do have out here on the ground, though, is bad weather. When it's cold, when it's wet, and it's miserable like this, it does have a tendency to tamp down the crowd. Sandra?
Hey, does this
You were spot on with the intent, starting with pulling over a kid for a fucking air freshener. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Why are air fresheners not allowed to be in your car? That's something I don't understand. Like, why the fuck would air fresheners not be allowed? What? Because it's illegal to have air fresheners in your car? Because they impair vision or something? Is that what it is? Obstruction of view? Well, I have a fucking, I have a literal fucking lanyard that the local ordinance requires me to put on my car. That shit impairs your vision too. You know, it's so fucking stupid. But hey, I'm pretty fucking white passing, so I don't think anyone is assuming that I'm like masking the scent of marijuana in my car. So I don't think I'll I don't think I've ever been I mean I've never been pulled over for that. Anyway. Okay. The air freshener code enforcement is just arbitrary law enforcement. Dudes pulled over for driving while black. Yeah. I know it hides the fucking scent of marijuana technically, and that's what the suspicion is, especially if you're pairing that up with being black. Okay? That's the suspicion in that regard, is that like, oh, black guy, young black guy has fucking air fresheners in his car, obviously is masking the scent of marijuana. Remember, Philando Castile, also in the same vicinity, was murdered by Geronimo Yanez at a lawful, like he was abiding by all of the lawful orders that the cop was giving him, and he was still executed in front of his little girl sitting in the back seat, and the cop who executed him got away because he said, well, he smelled like marijuana, so I was in fear of my life. Okay? That's a real fucking situation. Anyway, let's move on to another police brutality story that I have been meaning to talk about, which is, before we get into Matt Gaetz and stuff like that, here is the traffic stop in Virginia where cops pulled a gun on an Afro-Latino Army officer, okay, a lieutenant, I think, in Virginia. This happened last year, but the reason why the cops were fired recently was because this was escalated again and went viral recently. By the way, the person that they're pulling over drives into a gas station because he wants to be in public and in, you know, with a environment that's like brightly lit, so that, you know, what happened here literally doesn't happen. He's also in his fucking military garb.
Going back.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window.
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
How many occupants?
All units 1013.
How many occupants are in the vehicle?
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
So he doesn't pull over immediately. He instead put on his emergency lights and continued driving under the speed limit and safely parked less than a mile down the road. And he said he wanted to go to a brightly lit area.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now. Open the door and get out the car.
Hold still. Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
What's
now.
going on?
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
Yo, guess what? I'm a veteran too. I'm gonna obey. Get out of the car.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
They said when a person drives through a lit area, cops assume that they're black.
What's going on?
What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
I'm sorry, what?
Get out of the car now.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out of the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
You should be. You should be afraid to get out. Like that. First of all, what the fuck is this like gangster ass fucking side? Like he's just like tilted his gun and shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing? You should be. You fucking hot dog motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. One of them is like, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. The other one's like, you should be literally fearful for your life. Like, what are you, a gangster? Fire this motherfucker. Fuck this guy.
What's going on? What
Get
did
out
I
the
do?
car.
Get out now.
I have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
for a traffic.
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me, please. Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me.
Back up there.
I didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir,
get out of the car now.
Don't do that.
Hey, sir,
get out of the car now.
Don't do. I'm trying to talk to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to talk.
Get out.
Just get out of my car.
Can you please relax? Can you please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
This is not how you treat a
This is what happens when you have fucking thumbs, dude. Like, I mean, literally, physically, when you have a fucking human thumb, when you have a human thumb operating like a human being, you know, trying to do fucking police work. Well, this is what happens. Like, why is it that the fucking guy you're detaining is trying to de-escalate the situation while the cop is literally like, nah, fuck that de-escalation. It's time, baby. It's fucking gamer time. I mean, literally, it's just not, nope, sorry. I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude. Sorry. Gonna have to fucking kill you, brother.
I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me? I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on. What's going? Hold on. Watch it.
Air 4 deployed.
Look at this piece of shit, dude.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car now!
The
car now!
Sir, just get out of the car! I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now!
That's up. That's really up.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you
take your seatbelt off and get out of the car?
Can you please
get out of the car now? Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car.
Look.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Look. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out, please.
Like, he's saying, take your seatbelt off and get out of the car now, while simultaneously, like, he's very clearly afraid that he does not want to fucking touch his own seatbelt because one officer said, I mean, he's literally, the same cop is giving him conflicting orders. He's saying, keep your hands outside of the car, while also saying, you know, take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. In order for you to get out of the car, you literally have to put your hands back inside. He doesn't want to fucking die, okay? Like, the reason why he is not able to obey the lawful order in this situation is because he's not trying to fucking die. And the reason why he wasn't executed here is very likely because he disobeyed the original fucking lawful order of putting his hands in the vehicle and taking off his seatbelt. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That's probably the reason why he only got fucking pepper sprayed and he didn't get fucking full-blown executed here. Okay? The same shit happens all the time. Cops love playing fucking Simon Says with motherfuckers when they are just power tripping hardcore and then they end up executing them. It happened with Daniel Shaver as well in Arizona.
Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist, corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult.
Dude, like, this is a fucking lieutenant in the U.S. Army. Motherfucker's got his garb on. Like, I'm telling you right now, dude, this guy getting treated this way means, like, it's just everybody. Everybody's out there, okay? Like, this dude is supposed to be, like, I thought we fucking venerated our veterans. You know, I thought we loved our fucking vets and active duty service members. Look at the way you're fucking treating this guy. Because he's black first. Let's be real. Okay? He's black first, military second.
It had to be. You just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight on the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am. Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding officer available?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on.
Get on the ground. You're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get
going
on the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going
Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
Do not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up.
So now the cop got fired recently. You want to know why the cop got fired recently, even though this was a thing that happened a while ago? You want to know why the investigation started now? Because the video went viral recently, okay? That's why, motherfucker. That's why. Because there was backlash. Because it's never about like an individual action occurring that ends up harming you or whatever. It's literally about people finding out about it, okay?
as the officer's body cameras and Nazario's cell phone were all rolling.
What's going on?
Now! Nazario, who is black and Latino and was wearing his military uniform, asks repeatedly why he's being detained.
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
One of the responding officers appears to make a reference to the electric chair, according to the lawsuit.
What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
And then this exchange.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Back up.
Whoa,
Officer Joe Gutierrez then pepper sprays Nazario in the face.
Hold on. That's up.
Overnight in a statement, the town acknowledged the unfortunate events. Officer Gutierrez has since been terminated by the Windsor Police. Now a civil suit alleging a violation of constitutional rights.
My client wants to prevent those two officers from doing it to anyone else.
Nazario admits in his complaint that he didn't immediately pull over, driving nearly 2 minutes with his hazard lights on so he could stop at a well-lit gas station. In a report, one of the responding officers writes, "The driver was actively resisting when I attempted to unlock and open the driver's..."
Dude, that's such bullshit, dude. And it fucking shows in the goddamn... It shows perfectly in the fucking... Here, let's just start from the top. Sorry.
The initial call for a felony traffic stop immediately...
The reason why I wanted to go through this, it started halfway through, is because I thought that it was just going to re-show the entire body camera footage without any sort of commentary, but let's start from the top.
Turned tense, with officers pulling their weapons.
Put your hands out the window!
A Windsor police officer says in his report he spotted a vehicle with dark tinted windows and no license plate displayed that was eluding police. Though a lawsuit says a paper license plate was visible in the rear window of the new car.
How many occupants are in the vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
The two officers demanding U.S. Army Lieutenant Karin Nazario exit the SUV as the officer's body cameras and Nazario's cell phone were all rolling.
What's going on?
Now!
Nazario, who is black and Latino and was wearing his military uniform, asks repeatedly why he's being detained.
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated?
One of the responding officers appears to make a reference to the electric chair, according to the lawsuit.
What's going on? You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
And then this exchange.
To ride the lightning, boys. Ride the lightning is a, I think, like, it could be a bunch of different things, but it's more often it's used as a term for capital punishment. It's the electric chair. Some might say it's about the taser, but the most common fucking term for it is the electric chair. But Metallica had a fucking studio album for it. Death in the air, strapped in the electric chair. This can't be happening to me. It's But the article on the U.S. Army Reserve official website titled "Ride the Lightning" describes the process in which by a particular group of trainees learned the full capabilities of the X-26E taser. So since the guy was a veteran as well, I think he just meant usage of the taser there. It doesn't matter. I don't know why we're fucking parsing through the words. Basically, regardless, no matter what the fuck happens there, he's still literally like trying to fucking tase a dude for no reason. It's slang for the chair, but it could also mean that he was like, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tase the fuck out of you. You're like excited to get tased. That is a taser, by the way. For those of you who are wondering, that's literally a taser. So yeah. The guy who had he didn't have his lethal out when he said you're fixing to ride the lightning. He had his taser out. So, he's saying like, I'm gonna fucking tase you. You're get excited to be tased. Now, here's the thing. Why the fuck are you trying to tase a dude who literally didn't do anything? Like, what's going on? That's not fucking de-escalation. That's escalation. That's unwarranted escalation. His partner had his lethal out, but it doesn't matter. He had fucking, he's the one who said, you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
exchange.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out. Back up.
Whoa.
Officer Joe Gutierrez then pepper sprays Nazario in the face.
Hold on. That's up.
Overnight in a statement, the town acknowledged the unfortunate events. Officer Gutierrez has since been terminated by the Windsor Police. Now a civil suit alleging a violation of constitutional rights.
My client wants to prevent those two officers from doing it to anyone else.
Nazario admits in his complaint that he didn't immediately pull over, driving nearly 2 minutes with his hazard lights on so he could stop at a well-lit gas station.
So here's the thing, boys. This, much like every other instance of police brutality, is tied to one another. This is no different than what happened to Daunte Wright last night. And the reason why this is no different than what happened to Daunte Wright last night is because what happened here is exactly what could have happened here is exactly what happened to Daunte Wright last night. This is a fear that many black men specifically go through with every fucking police stop. The reasons for why he was stopped to begin with are very similar to one another in both instances. I believe he had dealership plates on. That's the reason why he was stopped. In Virginia, Daunte Wright was stopped because they didn't have tags. He didn't have tags on his license plate, and also for air fresheners. It's a bullshit moving violation. It's a bullshit fucking traffic stop that ends up with an escalation of force that literally ends up with like the other person being permanently damaged or fucking murdered in the instance of Daunte.
Report, one of the responding officers writes, the driver was actively resisting. When I attempted to unlock and open the driver's door, the driver assaulted myself by striking my hand away.
The Supreme Court has held since 1977 that even for a routine traffic stop, officers have the power and the discretion to order a driver out of the car.
We reached out to Officer Joe Gutierrez overnight. So far, we have not heard back after Virginia's Governor Ralph Northam.
The problem is, during COVID, by the way, a big issue with fucking plates not being, like plates not having like up-to-date tags and shit, and I literally went through this myself recently, as you all know, is that the DMV is super backed up, okay? The DMV is super backed up right now, so they cannot fucking, they're not open, they're super backed up as a consequence of COVID. They can't manage the influx of requests, so a lot of people have expired tags. A lot of people have expired registration. I've been driving around with a fucking expired registration for a year. And I've been waiting. Like, I literally waited for nearly 6 months for the DMV in California to finally fucking cycle through and get to my request. I sent them the money and everything else like that. And you know, they were finally able to do that. But that's why there's leniency. That's why there's supposed to be some kind of fucking leniency, okay? And there isn't.
He's described this incident as disturbing, and he has directed the Virginia State Police to conduct an independent investigation.
Shut the fuck up. It's not that hard here in LA. I don't understand why people literally say this when I am describing my personal experience that I have documented on this stream for a very long time. Like, you're literally saying this, but I waited 6 months after I paid all of my fines and everything else for my registration to finally come back. So I don't know why you're saying like it's literally not that way in LA when I'm in LA and I already did this, and I'm telling you my personal anecdote. I just don't know. I don't know why people would be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't fucking matter that you had a hard time. I had an easy time, so fuck you is kind of weird. Like, kind of a weird fucking take. Anyway, there's a curfew in the Twin Cities tonight. Yeah, there's 7 p.m. curfews that are going into effect for the Twin Cities metro area after the Daunte Wright shooting.
Foreseeable effects
death.
of the officer's actions. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Apparently, the Hennepin County attorney Mike Freeman, concerning the recent tragic shooting at Daunte Wright in the Brooklyn Center, is moving the case to Washington County Attorney's Pete Orput's office as well. There's a Biden take on it already? What the fuck? Oh, Joseph Robinette had a take on it apparently already. Love that.
Haven't called Daunte Wright's family, but our prayers are with their family. It was really a tragic thing that happened. But I think we got to wait and see what the investigation shows. And
just like fucking Christ, dude.
The entire investigation. You all watched, I assume as I did, the film, which is fairly the body cam, which is fairly graphic. The question is, was it an accident? Was it intentional? That remains to be determined by a full-blown investigation. But in the meantime, I want to make it clear again, there is absolutely no justification, none, for looting.
Isn't that kind of weird that he's like simultaneously looking for a justification for lowering the murder charge, but absolutely no justification for what comes after? Like, it kind of straight up tells you what most motherfuckers' priorities lie at. Like, he's like, there's there could be a justification for accidental manslaughter rather than, actual straight up murder, but there is no justification for the looting as a consequence of this. The rioting is a consequence of this. Immediately calling it looting and rioting. I find that real strange. That that's the go-to. Again, if that is your straight up point of view, if that's like what you launch immediately, it kind of shows your priorities are twisted. Feel me?
No justification for violence. Peaceful protest, understandable. I haven't called Daunte Wright's family, but
anyway. Amazon union vote might be done over. So we'll see what happens there. We'll be covering it more in this week. The Amazon Bessemer vote. People don't just riot because people don't riot just because I'm making excuses for the cops. A police officer should have less capacity for accidents than a private citizen. If a private citizen did what the officer did, you can bet they're catching a murder charge, with the exception of wealthy white people or people connected to the police department. Yeah. So the issue is, like, a lot of people, whenever they're talking about these sorts of cases, most people come across as like way fucking out of touch. And the reason why they come across as out of touch is because they refuse to recognize the hurt, the pain, the anger that people justifiably feel as a consequence of the ongoing cases of police brutality that seemingly are never ending. They are the reason why so many people are legitimately fearful for their lives. What we just watched in Virginia is that's precisely why what we just watched in Virginia is directly tied to what happened in Minneapolis. Okay, what happened in the Twin Cities? Like, it's all tied to one another. It all goes back to systemic racism, specifically within the police department, specifically with the way that police operate in this country, without any sort of fucking accountability whatsoever. It is intergenerational conflict and racialized violence that people have been subjected to time and time again, and its socioeconomic impact on contemporary African Americans in the United States of America. That's why we talk about the same problems over and over again, constantly and consistently, and they rarely ever get addressed. So if you don't understand why people are fucking angry, where, yeah, salute a big TV, that'll fix it. In a lot of these issues, in a lot of these circumstances, like, motherfuckers aren't even like looting big TVs, by the way. That is people fucking frustrated. People frustrated as a consequence of people getting understandably and justifiably angry. They get met with further police brutality, which then escalates a peaceful protest to a non-peaceful protest, which then ends up fucking blowing up in different parts. And it's never like, oh, I'm going to go and loot a fucking TV, which is why you have to go back to like racialized tropes and be like, oh, they're stealing a TV, so it'll make me feel better. I'm not even justifying the looting and rioting. I'm simply stating that it is understandable that if you are protesting police brutality peacefully, as is the case with like nearly every single one of these original riots and the way that they start, you're protesting it peacefully, then it turns non-peaceful because cops escalate in every single circumstance. Cops who have the capacity to control that fucking mob, right? Or to control the peaceful protest in general and not let it turn into a mob, will then turn it into a violent situation by tear gassing motherfuckers. Okay? Just because it's bad optics, and in some instances it like literally trickles to uninsured local businesses and shit like that, does not change the reality that people feel as though they have no other option. And when you're pushed into a fucking corner and you're still being brutalized, when you're trying to make demands and you're still being brutalized by the same force that you are trying to enforce accountability over, of course it's going to fucking go into a violent place. It's great though that your immediate rush to say that it is about like fucking getting a new TV for yourself is nice. You sound just like your grandfather and just like your fucking racist ass, inbred ass father did before you. Okay? I'm glad that you're continuing the tradition of like assuming that every black person is just rioting and looting to fucking steal a TV. No, it's great. Yeah. Oh, steal sneakers too, right? Like that's what it is, right? They're stealing sneakers and TVs. Yeah, don't listen to the fucking message from any of these organizations that are trying to desperately help you hear out what their problems are, and just focus on like, oh, well, I'm just going to assume that they're trying to steal TVs. Thank you, Dervon Kurenberg, for the 10 tier 1 gift subs. Here. This is perhaps the greatest video on like looting and whatnot as well. Here.
Of the people making commentary. Interestingly enough, the ones I've noticed that have been making the commentary are wealthy black people making the commentary about we should not be.
Hold on, I gotta pee. I'll be back. But this is a really good video.
We should not be tearing up our own communities. And then there's been an argument of the other side of we should be hitting them in the pocket. We should be focusing on the blackout days where we don't spend money. But you know, I feel like we should do both. And I feel like I support both. And I'll tell you why I support both. I support both because when you have a civil unrest like this, there are three types of people in the streets. There are the protesters, there are the rioters, and there are the looters. The protesters are there because they actually care about what is happening in the community. They want to raise their voices, and they are there strictly to protest. You have the rioters who are angry, who are anarchists, who really just want to shit up, and that's what they're going to do regardless. And then you have the looters. And the looters almost exclusively are just there to do that, to loot. Now, people are like, well, what did you gain? Well, what did you get from looting? I think that as long as we're focusing on the what, we're not focusing on the why, and that's my issue with that. As long as we're focusing on what they're doing, we're not focusing on why they're doing. And some people are like, well, those aren't people who are legitimately angry about what's happening. Those are people who just want to get stuff. Okay, well then, let's go with that. Let's say that's what it is. Let's ask ourselves why in this country in 2020, the financial gap between poor blacks and the rest of the world is at such a distance that people feel like their only hope and only opportunity to get some of the things that we flaunt and flash in front of them all the time is to walk through a broken glass window and get it. That they are so hopeless that getting that necklace, getting that TV, getting that change, getting that bed, getting that phone, whatever it is that they're gonna get, is that in that moment when the riots happen and if they present an opportunity of looting, that's their only opportunity to get it. We need to be questioning that why. Why are people that poor? Why are people that broke? Why are people that food insecure, that clothing insecure, that they feel like their only shot, that they are shooting their shot by walking through a broken glass window to get what they need. And then people want to talk about, well, there's plenty of people who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and got it on their own. Why can't they do that? Let me explain to you something about economics in America. And I'm so glad that as a child, I got an opportunity to spend time at Push where they taught me this, is that we must never forget that economics was the reason that black people were brought to this country. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Do you understand that? That's what we came to do. We came to do the agricultural work in the South and the textile work in the North. Now, if I right now decided that I wanted to play Monopoly with you, and for 400 rounds of playing Monopoly, I didn't allow you to have any money, I didn't allow you to have anything on the board, I didn't allow for you to have anything. And then we played another 50 rounds of Monopoly, and everything that you gained and you earned while you were playing that round of Monopoly was taken from you. That was Tulsa, that was Rosewood. Those are places where we built black economic wealth, where we were self-sufficient, where we owned our stores, where we owned our property, and they burned them to the ground. So that's 450 years. So for 400 rounds of Monopoly, you don't get to play at all. Not only do you not get to play, you have to play on the behalf of the person that you're playing against. You have to play and make money and earn wealth for them, and then you have to turn it over to them. So then for 50 years, you finally get a little bit and you're allowed to play. And every time that they don't like the way that you're playing, or that you're catching up, or that you're doing something to be self-sufficient, they burn your game. They burn your cards. They burn your Monopoly money. And then finally at the release and the onset of that, they allow you to play and they say, okay, now you catch up. Now at this point, the only way you're gonna catch up in the game is if the person shares the wealth, correct? But what if every time you share the wealth, then there's psychological warfare against you to say, oh, you're an equal opportunity hire. So if I played 400 rounds of Monopoly with you and I had to play and give you every dime that I made, and then for 50 years, every time that I played, if you didn't like what I did, you got to burn it like they did in Tulsa and like they did in Rosewood, how can you win? How can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have, that if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the f do I give a shit about burning the Football Hall of Fame, about burning a Target? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give a f. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own by our bootstraps in Tulsa and you dropped bombs on us. When we built it in Rosewood and you came in and you slaughtered us. You broke the contract, so your target. Your Hall of Fame. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this bitch to the ground. And it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
Okay. That is probably the most elaborate way to describe, 400 years of slavery, racist Jim Crow South, and the intergenerational trauma, the exploitation, and the remnants of said economic inequality within our current structures that we exist under. It's super eloquent. I really like the I really like this video a lot. None of these people are or were ever slaves. You're right, dude. I think going forward, when you say stuff like this, you should basically be signing off a contract for me to enslave you, your father, your entire family, and the 7 generations that come afterwards. Like, if you get to say some fucking, some real Caucasian shit like that, going forward, I'm just going to enslave, rape, and murder your fucking family in a video game, I guess. Because since it's not that big of a deal, you seem to not recognize that it's a fucking big deal, then maybe it should happen to you until you understand. Maybe it should happen to you, your children, your children's children, your children's children's children, just, ripped away from their existence, treated like fucking non-humans, and enslaved, raped, murdered, pillaged, robbed of their identity. And then after, maybe then you'll be able to comprehend it. Or you won't. You won't be able to comprehend it. It's never going to happen. So shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. All we can do is, all we can do in this circumstance is just like ban morons like this and move on. You know what I mean? So this isn't about, so what is the solution? Easy to criticize history in retrospect, brother. So the problem here, and this is a problem that I see in America all the time, okay, by Americans, is like, you're not supposed to constantly be like, oh my God, I can't believe, I'm so sorry for my ancestors that enslaved yours. Like, you're not supposed to have that like overcorrective, super lib, like performative fucking woke shit, okay? It starts with recognizing the impact that this economic inequality and violence that black people are subjected to has on today's society. But you don't want to have that conversation. You can't even fucking start off by admitting that this is very, very fucking bad. And it still has an impact in contemporary black existence. If you can't fucking start with that, then we can't start having a conversation. Okay? Like, you can't. You don't have to. You don't need to have fucking literally enslaved black people. Or you don't need to have. You don't have to be a literal fucking slave to exist in American society and either reap the benefits of the economic impact that slavery had on American development, or rather suffer the consequences of being born as a black person in the United States or being born as a black person in general. I don't know how to fucking describe this to people who literally refuse. Like, you're just refusing to comprehend that having your identity removed, okay? Having your fucking cultural identity, your ethnic identity, everything removed, stripped away, and having been brutalized for fucking decades and decades and decades, centuries and centuries, and enslaved, is not going to give you a significant disadvantage. I just don't know. Like, do you think that the world started the day that you were born? This is where all this shit comes from, okay? The world doesn't start and stop when you go to sleep and then fucking, you start off with a new slate, with a clean slate every morning when you wake up. Even after all of that, if your point of view is like, well, she wasn't literally enslaved, then there's no, it's so fucking hard to get you to comprehend this shit, you know? Now, this isn't a justification for, you know, burning down Target. Some may misunderstand this. This is an explanation for why people feel like they are not being heard. Do you understand? Stop saying it is, you fucking, you cringe lefties who are like, it is, we should burn down every Target. Like, shut the fuck up. You literally live in Naperville in a white ass fucking neighborhood away from like literally every black and brown person. And you're talking about it like it's a, no, it is. Like, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Okay? I'm over it. Like, shut the fuck up. Yes, it is. Burn down Target. It's like, dude, shut up. Anyway. This is simply an explanation as to why people react in such, in certain instances, violent ways against property that can still ultimately be replaced, okay? In yet another instance of unaddressed police brutality. Okay, it's top of the hour. I'm going to run a fucking 60-second ad break here. And we're going to move on from this to some other news stories, which there's plenty of today. So, Naperville's the new DMZ. No, Naperville's a perfect example because of its proximity to Chicago and its, you know, demographic and socioeconomic makeup. That's why I always use Naperville as an example. It's like Ann Arbor is another good example, okay? Motherfuckers who live in Ann Arbor, but then like turn around and say, oh yeah, I'm from Detroit, bro. I'm from Flint, bro. Like, no, you're not. You're from Ann Arbor, okay? You grew up in Ann Arbor in a very wealthy neighborhood, and your parents are doctors. Like, shut the fuck up. The same exact thing happened to you. You grew up in fucking Naperville in a like predominantly white neighborhood in a mostly white fucking school. And now you're saying you went to Chicago. Like, you grew up in fucking Chicago. Like, you didn't. Anyway. Okay. No, I ran an ad before. It's just my second of the day now. Here's a 1-minute ad. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Here's the ad now. Thank you for saying this. I'm from actual Chicago and I deal with this all the time. Okay. Malibu's Most Wanted type beat. Yeah, I already finished the video. I just went back and scaled it back to a place where she's on camera for a second. Okay. When people ask like why the violence happens or whatever the fuck, now you know, okay? There's a Harry Meghan interview. There's a lot of hogwash, like conservative reactions to certain things that happened already. But there was one more thing that I wanted to. Oh, what is this? Trump repeats election lies. Did you see the Nazi self-report of the Fash rally in New York City yesterday? What?
Little chicken shit. If I ever see you in a dark alley, I'm gonna kick the living shit out of you, you fucking Nazi fuck. Yeah, you're a Nazi.
I'm a National Socialist, not a Nazi.
That's what the Nazis are, you stupid motherfucker.
Dude, people are so dumb, dude. Oh, I'm a nationalist socialist. I'm not a Nazi. Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Sorry. I didn't realize. Oh, never mind. Oops. Idiot. Okay. We're not going to look into the active shooting that's happening in Knoxville right now, okay? Dude, I can't cover a breaking school shooting right now, dude. It's not happening. Stop sending me the link to a breaking news story. I tell you all the time, like, we don't do fucking breaking news stories like that unless it's to address like actual misinformation that's being deliberately and willingly spread at the time. Okay? Yes, America's back. Our main fucking pandemic. Now that we're getting out of one pandemic, our main epidemic is back, which is gun violence and school shootings. Nature is healing. America is going back to having mass shooting incidents, school shooting incidents in general. We're back, baby. I feel like you have to say this line every few weeks. Every week, not every few weeks. There is a serious fucking, there's a serious mass shooting incident. There's like always a breaking news story about yet another mass shooting that occurs seemingly every fucking week. And because it happens seemingly every fucking week, I have to say the same things every fucking week. Like, hey, we can't cover this breaking news story. I'm sorry. But here we are. I mean, this is I guess the greatest indication that COVID is ending as a pandemic. Speaking of COVID pandemic, though, I wanted to talk about it. We are currently vaccinating 3 million people here in the United States. America is doing significantly better than European nations, significantly better than most other countries, partially because we are literally not allowing other countries to get the vaccines so that we can vaccine ourselves. There's a significant amount of vaccine nationalism going on currently. The New York Times Daily actually had an entire report on where Europe fucked up with vaccine delivery and how they thought that the free market capitalist structure that they love to enforce at the EU was going to allow them to personally have vaccines readily available because they paid for it. When countries that actually paid for the R&D and dumped billions of dollars into the research and development and the distribution, like the United States of America, were of course still going to get vaccines ahead of time. The UK, it's not a part of the fucking European Union anymore, is doing better with vaccine distribution as well in comparison to other European countries. There was also a minor setback with AstraZeneca vaccines that Oxford came out with. That is the majority of the vaccines that you're seeing around the world. There was fears that it was creating blood clots that could even be fatal in certain instances. So, there was a little bit of a setback there. But the UK and the United States have done very well overall with AstraZeneca. Is not bad, no. So, it's ultimately America has done actually pretty fucking well with. It's confirmed by the EMA with blood clots, but the rates are so low that the benefits outweigh risk. Yes, the blood clotting rates are very, very low. Anyway, as I was saying, we have vaccinating 3 million people, including your boy who's going to get his first shot tomorrow. Fingers crossed, okay? Despite the fact that I don't have fucking health insurance anymore. America is doing very well. There are countries like, obviously, Israel is doing the best in the world for the most part, with like 65% of the country being vaccinated. America's at like 20+% right now. We're trying to get to 80%. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But ultimately, we are doing pretty fucking well.
Good evening.
However, COVID is still spreading like wildfire in certain areas.
Everyone, thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Lindsay Davis. We begin tonight with the increasingly desperate situation in COVID.
Especially in Europe, where COVID is really, really spreading like wildfire.
Across the country and the fears of a fourth wave. Frontline medical workers in Michigan tell us the virus is spreading like wildfire there. Hospitals filling up, some patients facing 8 to 10-hour wait times. The state's governor begging the federal government again for more vaccines. At the same time, the U.S. has just hit a record number of vaccinations in a single day. More than 4.6 million shots reported on Saturday alone. And by the end of this coming week, 42 states will have opened eligibility to everyone 16 and over. But the pace of vaccinations could be slowed with the supply of Johnson & Johnson doses plummeting. And health officials warn about an uptick in cases nationwide. ABC's Trevor Ault leads us off tonight from New York.
Tonight, healthcare workers on the front lines in Michigan battling the worst of a new coronavirus surge, saying the virus is spreading like wildfire.
It's breaking our hearts. We're exhausted emotionally.
ICU nurse Kim Stasik telling us Monday was the worst shift of her 15-year career.
I was going room to room to room for all 8 hours, and there was nothing else that I could give them, nothing else that I could do. You just wait and watch and hope that they make it through your shift.
With hospital admissions in the upper Midwest jumping nearly 30% over the past week, north of Detroit, nurse Jeff Murawski says patients are facing wait times of 8 to 10 hours.
How does this compare to the worst of it last year?
I think it's worse. We don't have enough, people to give the care that we need to. Nurses are leaving in droves.
The federal government now sending Michigan more personnel to administer vaccines, though Governor Gretchen Whitmer doubling down that what her state needs is.
Do you have suggestions on how to deal with friends that are saying the vaccines are bad and untested and dangerous? Ask them why they would rather ask them if they believe in science, okay? Here's the question you have to ask yourself. Do you believe in science or are you a fucking caveman, okay? Because the fact that you think you're rolling the dice on a scientific achievement and that is technically a reality that you literally roll the dice on like every single fucking medication that you take, means that you'd rather believe in science than let nature play its fucking part. Okay? Some hogs literally are just like, nah, fuck it. I'm Mr. Nature. I believe that I'll roll over with COVID. Well, in either circumstance, you're rolling the dice. With one, you at least are rolling the dice on science that is tested and has minimal side effects, versus you're rolling the dice on nature, which has proven to kill, and also on top of that has some long-term side effects that we have no fucking clue what will happen with. So I would rather roll the dice on science than roll the fucking dice on nature. I'm a human being. I believe that one of the most profound accomplishments of human nature is our capability of adapting to any circumstance and literally overcoming the setbacks afforded to us by nature itself. So that's why I'd rather fucking take the vaccine rather than, eat the fucking worst side effects of a potential disease that can, have irreversible long-term damage.
Is more shots.
When there is a surge, we think that it's important that we rush in to meet where that need is.
And tonight, the country bracing for an 85% drop in the supply of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine this week. A potential speed bump just as a record 4.6 million shots were reported on Saturday.
Last week, we got around 20,000 doses. This next week, we're only getting about 2,500 doses.
And health officials say in that wait for the vaccine, younger adults are getting infected. Like New York's Alfredo Hercules, an active, healthy 39-year-old now reunited with his family after 72 days in the hospital.
This is a second chance, and I'm not going to waste it.
Grateful for that second chance. Trevor Ault joins us now from a mass vaccination site here in New York City. And Trevor, there's a new study that raises concerns about the effectiveness of the Pfizer vaccine against one of the concerning virus variants. Tell us more about that.
Well, Lindsay, this study's out of Israel, and it found that among people vaccinated by Pfizer, the South African variant may be more likely to break through and infect people than the UK variant, though it is worth noting these breakthrough infections are still rare overall.
50% of COVID patients suffer mild to severe side effects even after a year. These motherfuckers are nuts if they rather roll the dice with COVID. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, there's brain fog and other, like, minimal, or other, like, side effects that we literally have not even concluded. I would much rather fucking roll the dice on science than nature.
Trevor, our thanks to you.
Yeah, there could be, like, fucking long-term complications and mental capacity, shit like that. I'm already a dumbass, okay? Listen, here's the thing, okay? I'm already a fucking idiot. I'm not willing to fucking roll the dice and take an additional risk on being even dumber than I am. And if you watch me, you're probably a fucking dumbass too. Let's be real, okay? You don't want to be dumber than you already are. Especially conservative motherfuckers. Like, come on, bro. You are literally a conservative, which means you already have, like, perhaps an untreatable brain problem to begin with. I think Dr. Fauci's like going a little overboard with the fears, the COVID fears. Who knows? It does seem like, you know, now with the vaccinations, like, especially if we vaccinate, like, at the rate that we're vaccinating, it does feel like we're going to reach herd immunity by, you know, July or whatever. And hopefully we'll have, you know, things will start getting back to normal. Anyway, long-term care. Moving on.
Moving on. Our main story tonight concerns nursing homes. The absolute last thing you want Andrew Cuomo to be handling, tied comfortably with literally anything else. Nursing homes and long-term care in general are something that we tend to try to avoid thinking about, but the truth is, whether due to old age or disability, many of us do or will require help with daily living. The number of Americans 65 and older is projected to nearly double over the next 40 years. And what
here, I haven't even seen the Fauci position, but I'll just fucking go back to it because people are going to get mad at me if I don't cover it. The problem is, people feel like COVID is over. It's not fucking over, okay? And if a fuckload of people who haven't even been vaccinated yet are starting to react like, you know, starting to run around as though COVID is fully good to go, then you're going to run into complications. You're going to run into problems. You're going to actually end up having a large percentage of the population that hasn't been vaccinated run around as though they have been. And start spreading mutated strains. Feel me? Start spreading mutated fucking strains, and it's going to be very, very difficult to manage.
Fauci, thank you so much for joining me on the show tonight. I know your time is tight, so let's get straight to it. What is your message tonight to both vaccinated and unvaccinated Americans as to what they should and should not be doing right now? For example, eating and drinking indoors in restaurants and bars. Is that okay now?
No, it's still not okay for the simple reason that the level of infection, the dynamics of infection in the community are still really disturbingly high. Like just yesterday, there were close to 80,000 new infections, and we've been hanging around 60, 70, 75,000. So if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated as soon as vaccine becomes available to you. And if you are vaccinated...
I'm a biology student. No, there aren't any risk-causing long-term dangers. No, dude, I'm saying there are long-term dangers of COVID versus, like, the unsubstantiated fears of, like, rolling the dice on medication. You misunderstood me.
Please remember that you still have to be careful and not get involved in crowded situations, particularly indoors where people are not wearing masks. And for the time being, until we show definitively that a person who's vaccinated does not get this subclinical infection and can spread to others, you should also continue to wear a mask for the time being.
And Pfizer, Dr. Fauci, announced last week that their vaccine is effective for at least 6 months. So should we be prepared to get COVID vaccine booster shots now every 6 months, 12 months, like we get the flu shot? Is that something we should plan for?
You know, we need to be
Bro, stop linking fucking Food Insider videos. I'm clearly not going to do that reaction right now. I'm doing news, okay?
careful about that 6-month number. The study only went out as far as 6 months. So we know for sure it's effective for 6 months, but it's highly likely that it will be effective for a considerably longer period of time. The way to get the answer is to just follow people closely enough to determine when that level of efficacy or protection diminishes, both with regard to the level of the antibodies as well as clinical data with regard to breakthrough infection. So good news is that it's at least 6 months. Hopefully it'll be a lot more. But in direct answer to your question, if it turns out that it is a year or a year and a half, we very well may need to get booster shots to keep up the level of protection.
Well, something to get used to, I guess. And on the subject of herd immunity, you talked about, wear your masks, even if you're vaccinated. Don't just pretend life is back to normal. It's not yet, clearly. Do you have a date in mind for when we get to herd immunity? How will we know when we've reached it? Will you or President Biden just announce it one morning from White House podium?
Well, it's not going to be that simple. I really believe that herd immunity with regard to COVID-19 is a little bit of an elusive concept because we don't know what that level of percent of people who are vaccinated plus people who are infected, recovered, and are now immune to reinfection. We don't know what that number is. We know what it is, for example, for a disease like measles, but we don't know yet what it is for SARS-CoV-2. So the best way to look at it is just get as many people vaccinated as we possibly can, as quickly as we can, and what you will see definitely is a diminution in the number of cases per day to the point where you get down to a very low level. When you get there, then you could say you're in a much more protected zone. If you want to call that herd immunity, you can't really say that because you're not going to know what the specific number is. But just concentrate on getting vaccinated as many as you can, as quickly as you can.
Yes, and the vaccine rollout has been a huge success in recent weeks. A record 4.6 million people vaccinated yesterday. 1 in 4 Americans now fully vaccinated. But that still leaves 3 out of 4 who aren't. And in Michigan, where they have...
Bro, those are some good-ass numbers, bro. Those are some good fucking numbers, dude.
Having a horrific surge right now. The governor asked for a surge in vaccines, but the White House rebuffed her. Professor Ashish Jha, who you know, Dean of Public Health at Brown, says, quote, "I would be surging a lot of vaccines to Michigan right now. To me, this is a no-brainer policy, and I would be curious to hear why the Biden team hasn't done this. Why hasn't the Biden team, your team, Dr. Fauci, done this?"
Well, there are a couple of reasons. The first is that you want to make sure that the vaccines that are currently there in Michigan are being efficiently distributed and put into people's arms. So you have the leeway and the possibility of doing some adjustments within the state of Michigan. I doubt if it's unidimensional in Michigan that the level of infection in one section, one region, one city, one town is different. I'm sure there's a big difference. So what you want to do, if you can, redistribute within the state. One of the reasons why we're hesitant to make that kind of redistribution, because when you take it away from one state, you never know where you're going to have another surge. So you may inadvertently be essentially facilitating a surge in one place by pulling vaccines away as you're trying to prevent it or blunt it in another state. And for that reason, we say do as best as you can to efficiently get people vaccinated within your state, because there's more vaccines in Michigan than there are people vaccinated.
Okay. Fair point on the numbers. The Trump administration was a disaster on COVID. We opened the show talking about how Trump officials altered CDC reports. Donald Trump reportedly lashed out at you again, Dr. Fauci, in a speech last night, calling you, quote, full of crap. And I know you probably don't want to ever hear his voice again, but he said something similar on Fox last month. Have a listen.
Saw him throw out the first pitch in Washington, right? He is a better pitcher than he is at what he does. If you really look, I didn't really listen to him too much because I was doing the opposite of what he was saying.
I know you've said in the past you didn't resign because you didn't want to leave a void. Completely understandable. But do you regret staying on if he now says he wasn't even listening to you? He was doing the opposite and gagging you in the process. So why didn't you just quit and speak out freely about the dangers?
I mean, it's kind of a silly question because it's like, what is he supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to fucking listen to him. Everyone's going to listen to Trump and whoever the fucking foremost authority is.
Well, I think for the reason that you just mentioned, because I did feel that if I left, there would not be a voice there to push back against some of the things that were going on there. I don't want to get into a tit for tat with former President Trump.
There are people who took the vaccine double dose and are back in the hospital with COVID, ... Oh, sick, dude. Fuck, dude. Yo, someone went back into the hospital, ... Fuck, dude. Yo, don't worry about it then, dude. You fuck it, dude. Let's just not take it, bro. ... Oh, fuck. Listen, motherfucker. The vaccine is not supposed to eradicate the disease, okay? The vaccine is simply supposed to mitigate some of the worst consequences of COVID, and it is empirically proven that the vaccine does exactly that, okay? If you found one instance where some fucking guy literally still had to be hospitalized despite taking the double vaccine dose, then that is an anomaly, okay? It is not an accident that new COVID cases have also been decreasing in places where more people are getting vaccinated. Holy shit.
And start, giving a rebuttal for everything he says. That's not productive at all. We have a serious problem right now, just as we've been discussing with the difficult position that the governor of Michigan is facing, trying her very best to get her arms around that. That's what we need to do to be able to try and help out there, as opposed to rebutting statements like you just...
Like, if that dude still went to the hospital after getting double vaxxed, remember, that dude would have fucking died, most likely, without the double vax. You understand? So, the fact that he could be alive right now to say, oh my God, I got double vaxxed, and now I have gay autism as a consequence of the vaccine, what the fuck? That dude would also be, would have the gay autism and also death as if he didn't, or well, I guess he wouldn't have the gay autism, but he would have death instead, if he didn't get the vaccination. Okay? Jesus Christ.
Showed on the screen. It's not helpful. It's not productive. So I would prefer to move on and look ahead how we can address the challenges that are ahead of us.
But just, do you accept that he was not listening to your advice? Was he ignoring your advice? I'm just wondering, is that a true statement? Or do you think he actually did take on board stuff you said?
Well, he did. He listened to some of the things that I and that Dr. Birx said, and then he did not listen to other things. I mean, to say that he did not listen at all to his medical advisors, I guess that tells you something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it tells me that he needlessly and negligently...
Yes, for gay. Vaccine makes you extra gay, dude. Okay, I'm bored of this. I don't want to hear this anymore. Let's watch last week tonight. Last week tonight. Last week tonight. Moving on.
Our main story tonight, and look at me when I'm talking to you. That plate fucks. But the fact...
But, like, why, dude? He's just... It's confirmed, right? Like, it's just no longer... He's no longer hiding it. Like, he's just straight up a furry, dude. John Oliver is literally a furry. Every episode, dude. Either there's someone in the writer's room that's, like, literally just straight up super furry. I mean, every day, bro. It's every day. It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow for John Oliver. Another shooting in Tennessee. Okay, guys, I'm not going to cover the shooting, the breaking news.
Fact is, most of us are family caregivers.
Some countries will literally give you subsidies if you are engaging in home care for elderly. Just like they do child care. A program that should be instituted in the United States of America as well, by the way, which I'm sure John Oliver will talk about. Yeah, it's actually something that is a necessity, in my opinion.
totals about 60 all costs.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Nice. I love American healthcare, dude. It's so good. Boys, it's really fucking good. American healthcare is just, again, I have to repeat myself. American healthcare, whether it's government healthcare, and Medicare is like the most popular fucking healthcare that we have, right? American healthcare is literally eat shit and fucking die. That's it. That is the bottom line, okay? Sorry. Welcome some death into your homes, bitch. Sorry, you shouldn't have gotten old. Sorry, you shouldn't have gotten sick. That's just American healthcare, baby.
The homeless shelter.
Hey, you're good now, bro. That's the one fucking type of thing where it's like for old care, for old folks' homes and facilities that are for long-term care, you can't really discharge someone because they're not Benjamin Buttoning. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you're good now. Like in a hospital, you discharge someone because they're good. They're healed, right? A lot of hospitals do that early on purpose because it's very expensive in the United States of America. You already know what it is. But literally, like, you can't just be like, well, you're no longer elderly. You just reversed aged, my friend.
Where Ronald's living now says it's
out. So whatever they're telling the feds are not.
Holy shit, she literally looks like the lady from I Care a Lot, which is kind of weird because that she was the villain in that one. Or
government
anyway,
isn't going in and
always had this thing of taking care of older people, like sick people that are dying. I've always really felt for them, so I couldn't wait to graduate college and start my own business doing assisted living facilities like nursing homes.
Entourage party scene to that voice, which sounds like a mouse who wouldn't dress Cinderella because it had better things.
oh, sexism. Oh my god, dude, he's literally a furry. Oh my god. I can't wait for people to be like, oh, that's a sexist sweaty.
To do, but
and comfortable setting, and I have peace.
Guys, yes, the Knoxville Police Department said there are multiple gunshot victims after a shooting at Austin East Magnet High School on Monday afternoon. That's literally all the information that is available at the moment. Why the fuck do you keep fucking spamming the chat over and over again? There's literally no information. There's no information on it so far. I don't know why you keep fucking spamming it over and over again. What do you want me to do? I know there's a shooting going on. Like, there's literally nothing. What do you want me to do? Fly over to fucking Tennessee and stop it? Stop.
Peace of mind, knowing their step.
You'll probably immediately forget, but if you're honest, you've
furry jokes.
Mainly learned that it's possible to want to fuck a plate, and that's a lesson you will never forget. And look, Brookdale insists that it offers ongoing.
Okay, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. Pre-watched. Hasan is just pre-watching these videos. This is the only thing he has. Okay? He just
training for its work. Any program for dementia care workers meets or
listen, if there's a John Oliver intern or a writer watching this on next week's episode, give us a sign. Okay?
Pre-watch Andy.
Just leave us a sign on next week's John Oliver episode so we know you're in here, okay? I want to know.
Exceeds state guideline where that facility
Put a basketball. Put a basketball in next week's episode.
is located. Holy fucking shit. I honestly don't
That's the most Florida fucking thing that's ever happened.
even know where to begin there, but I guess I'd start with
having live alligators in the backyard of an elderly care facility is literally the most OP Florida thing you can have, dude. Oh yeah, we just have an elderly care facility with fucking, I mean, that's literally just Florida problems.
why would anyone put an assisted living facility next to a fucking alligator pond? That seems like the sort of detail that really has to be included
Oh,
at
it's
the
in
end of
South
one
Carolina?
of Brookdale's heartwarming ads.
This is
Brookdale. And look,
Yeah, trying to fucking be more like Florida, dude. Do better, South Carolina.
obviously,
I
that
expected
isn't a
more
appalling
from you.
story, but to be fair, it's hard to talk about long-term care without showing you at least one.
By the way, speaking of which, they literally have it everywhere in Florida. Like, University of Miami campus actually had fucking, University of Miami campus literally had water pond in the middle of it and, like, literally had fucking alligators.
Those. Just be grateful that I didn't
A
show you the
student
story
actually,
where
I think a
resident
freshman, like,
jumped from
actually
a
killed
fourth-story
one.
window of an ALF and actually calls for $400 billion to be.
Now, this was actually being criticized by Chris Christie in, like, the dumbest way possible recently. I think I was watching some of the Sunday shows. It's It's the stupidest fucking, like, conservatives are literally trying to criticize this, okay? This is a widely, incredibly popular provision. It's, and Marsha Blackburn and Chris Christie are literally saying, like, well, it's not infrastructure, so it shouldn't be a part of it. It's so fucking brain dead to shit on this.
And that would be, because right now,
Marsha Blackburn said President Biden's proposal is anything but infrastructure because there's $400 billion going towards elder care. Can you imagine unironically being like, I don't want our healthcare infrastructure to be to get additional funding specifically for elder care? Like you're literally coming out and directly taking a doo-doo on your constituents when you say that, okay? Because old people vote, motherfucker. Like, old people literally vote, okay? Old people literally vote like crazy. This is your base. This is your base of voters. You're, you know, one sneeze away from being elderly yourself. I mean, how old is Marsha Blackburn? Let's take a look. Marsha Blackburn age. 68 years old. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? $68 years old. What the fuck do you mean? You need elderly care, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. You can literally order off the elderly menu at, I mean, yeah, she hides it well because she's rich, baby. That's why.
Now, evidently eaten alive.
Okay. Why South Africa is still so segregated? Please comment on Brazil's current state on the pandemic. No, I don't know enough. I don't know what the fuck's going on, so I'm not going to do that. Aren't you in your 70s? No, I'm 29 years old, which is basically... Anything on the Knoxville shooting? No, there is no new developments on the Knoxville shooting. I literally am not going to cover the Knoxville shooting right now. What the fuck is wrong with people, dude? I don't know what people want from me. I legitimately don't know what people want from me when there is no updates, dude. There are multiple agencies on scene at the school shooting in Knoxville, okay? That's it. I don't know what, like, you think is going to change in the next hour. What the fuck? What is this? What is this shit? Stop fucking linking dumb shit. Oh, it's fucking Chet Hanks. Why South Africa is still so segregated? Let me tell you, because 90% of the viable land that is workable for agricultural production and the most expensive land is owned by 10% of the population, which is white people. White people own most of the fucking land still in South Africa that is viable for agricultural production, and they still make up only 10% of the population, whereas 90% of the population is black and own only 10% of the land. That's why the segregation has never really ended, because of the fucking apartheid state that was never fully upended. Here we go, more anti-white slander. Yes, exactly. White people just own that land, and they deserve it because they took it, they strong-armed it, and they took it. So, you know, it's anti-white slander to literally point out a statistical anomaly that was purposely designed as a consequence of what we know as the apartheid. I find that very strange that you're literally looking at something like this. Me just saying factually correct statements about South Africa and land ownership in South Africa is immediately assumed as anti-white by you. And the reason why you immediately assume that it's anti-white is because you recognize that that is really fucking unequal. Okay? So it must be anti-white. Okay, before we move on, before we continue with this video, though, I will be running another ad break here because it is top of the hour. What a fucking hour, mate. Okay, there's a 6-second ad break here. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free. You can do it for free by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get one free Prime subscription a month. Get those primers out, baby. Get those motherfucking primers. Here it is. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
This strip in Cape Town, South Africa, divides the beachside community of Strand from the township of Nomzamo. They're only a few meters apart, but the people on each side live very different lives. Strand has backyards and driveways. Nomzamo is much more dense, and the people here have fewer basic services. Less piped water, less internet access, and Nomzamo is majority black, while the area across the line is majority white. If we use dots on a map to represent race, you can see how stark that divide is. If we zoom out to the whole city, we can see it's actually everywhere. And this is the case across much of South Africa. The color of your skin here often determines where you live. It also determines your quality of life. This map shows where jobs and opportunities are primarily concentrated in Cape Town. And this is where most of the city's black people live, in informal settlements called townships on the city's periphery.
People have to move by public transport for up to 3 hours.
By the way, the irony here is this is literally how most major American cities are built as well. I'm just going to let you know. Obviously, the income inequality is not as severe, or could be as severe actually in certain places, but most American cities are built in this exact identical fashion as a consequence of redlining.
Hours a day, and they can't take care of their obligations in the community with the rest of the family because they're always working and they're always traveling.
For decades, South Africa was under apartheid, a system that wrote segregation into law. A white minority controlled where non-white people could live, work, exist. Many were forced out of their homes. In 1994, a democratically elected government took power and ended apartheid. It was supposed to be a new beginning. But a lot of the country still looks like this. And that's because South Africa's legacy of racial division goes back centuries. In the 1600s, the Dutch took over the southern tip of Africa to supply ships with food along the trade route to Asia.
Colored means mixed, right? In South Africa, like Trevor Noah is considered colored, right? Not black and not white.
150 years later, Britain seized it and named it Cape Colony.
Not touching that one, lol. No, like literally, that's Americans are probably confused because there's like a specific designation in this list right here where it literally says colored, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, it means that that's the definition for being mixed, like half black, half white, or it just means like you're mixed race. For strange, but here
Dutch
we are.
colonists moved here, further inland, to escape British rule and continue exploiting enslaved people. Just like the Dutch, the British used Cape Colony as a strategic location for trade. It wasn't economically significant. But in the 1870s, that changed when the British started mining diamonds there. Suddenly, Cape Colony was one of Britain's most prized and exploited colonies. In order to get the diamonds out of the country, they built railways to connect the mines up here to the coast. The railways allowed the British to access a global diamond market through the port city of Cape Town. Soon, the economy of Cape Colony was centered around the railroads, especially this main route. The green areas on this map show the black regions of Cape Colony, largely left out of the railroad economy. Racial inequality in Cape Colony was being reinforced by location. To keep it that way, the colonial government...
I wonder why. That's so strange. It's almost like, I mean, there could be no reason for this, right? Very, very different here in the United States, like when they built literally fucking highways around black neighborhoods in a similar capacity, by the way.
Started writing segregation into law. The Native Lands Act of 1913 pushed Black people into these areas, only 8% of South Africa's land, and restricted them from owning land everywhere else. Or relocated them to the edges of the major cities to work for white people. These laws began to shape the region. Cape Town's growth from the increased trade turned the port town into a major city. Many migrants from the rest of the colony and elsewhere moved here, to what was then the outskirts of Cape Town, where former enslaved people, merchants, artists, and immigrants were forming a neighborhood called District 6. As the city grew around District 6, so did the neighborhood. For decades, District 6 was a thriving, integrated community.
We were a very cosmopolitan, you could say, family almost, because there were people from all different nationalities, from all different walks of life.
This was the statement, your child is my child.
But it wouldn't last.
By the way, this is low-key why I love District 9 and also Elysium as well. These dudes, they're like South African movie makers are pretty good at showcasing economic inequality and racial disparities from the immediate, very clear and very immediate fucking experiences that they've had growing up.
In 1934, Britain's legal hold in what was now the Union of South Africa officially ended. The remaining white minority, the descendants of Dutch
I never
colonists,
watched Chappie. I
took
have no
control,
idea.
And they built on the foundation the British were leaving behind. Between 1949 and 1971, the all-white government passed 148 laws solidifying apartheid.
Apartheid allowed for the full realization of the ambition of the fascist project in South Africa.
In 1950, the Population Registration Act officially classified people by race.
Yeah, I love Neil
White,
Blomkamp.
colored, and native or black, and eventually Asian. Then they made laws saying where people could live. Around the country, Black South Africans were moved into these areas, called homelands or Bantustans. Bantustans were rural areas and had underdeveloped economies. Many of them were in the areas Britain had already excluded from the railway economy, and where Black land ownership had been restricted to. Black people were forced to carry passbooks that specified where they were allowed to work or travel to. In cities like Cape Town, the Group Areas Act moved the remaining non-whites into separate urban areas.
The most prime land and the land closest to high-valued property was allocated to white people.
In 1966, the government declared that District 6 was now a whites-only area. The residents of District 6 received removal letters like this one that said living there was illegal because they were not white. Bulldozers drove into District 6 and razed it to the ground.
We lived here. We had a life here.
So strange. I mean, stuff like this never happens, right? Anymore, obviously, because, you know, racism was made illegal. You know, except, oh, wait, that's literally what's going on in Palestine right now. Okay, cool.
It was very traumatic for a lot of people.
It's like ripping out someone's heart.
More than 60,000 people were forcibly removed from their homes. This kind of violence against non-white people was commonplace around the country. But after decades of pressure, both from within South Africa and abroad, apartheid rule finally came to an end. The new government lifted restrictions on where people could live. Millions of people who had been excluded from economic development for centuries migrated to major cities looking for basic services and economic opportunity.
For any family with no prospect of employment, the most rational, logical choice to make is to migrate to an urban center.
They settled where there was empty land, creating townships on the peripheries of major cities, like Cape Town. The government built millions of homes and expanded clean water and electricity.
But it had a number of unforeseen consequences, the most important of which is that the only land that could be used for the public housing program was on the periphery of the city. And for that reason, a brilliant intention to overcome the apartheid legacy unintentionally reproduced the very same legacy it was trying to undo.
Today, 60% of the mostly Black population of Cape Town lives in these townships at the edge of the city. The thing is, Cape Town city center has land to develop, but because of its location, it's valuable. So it usually gets sold to private developers who build luxury apartments. Nearly $1 billion worth of them are going up by the coast. But right in the heart of Cape Town, by all the expensive developments, District 6 remains largely untouched. The former residents have fought against private development, and they've actually succeeded. Some have even managed to return to houses built by the city.
I wanted to come back here where I was born, which was part of our whole family's heritage.
I couldn't believe that I was back. It was a sense of relief.
But there are still hundreds of claimants waiting to get back to District 6.
We haven't done the difficult and the painful work to confront what the intergenerational consequences are of colonialism, of apartheid.
The story of Cape Town and South Africa's racial segregation starts far in the past, but it's very much entangled with the present. Apartheid and colonialism here are over, but many of the barriers they built have yet to be dismantled.
The kind of psychic scars that's left on individuals and on communities, we haven't begun the work of saying, how do we live together, right? In the face of that history.
There you go. It's so bad in South Africa right now. White people only take up 8% of the population, but almost 80% of public land. Yeah. So that's it. That's the at the part of the problem. And any sort of like expropriation argument is considered to be one, communist, and two, actually the real segregation or the real racism. So
hope everyone in chat is having a great day.
Okay. Tim Pool explains how he became a disaffected liberal. I kind of don't want to watch this shit, to be honest. I don't want to watch that. I know there's a school shooting in Knoxville. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Do you ever get tired of covering depressive stuff?
2 months with Mr.
I mean,
Azan XQCL hassle.
Someone's got to do it, brother. That's the way I see it, you know? Oftentimes that someone is me. There's a new unusual memes. All right, let's move on to some lighter stuff. We've already done like 3 hours, you know? Jesus Christ. This is literally me. Lighter? Yeah, motherfucker. You know, you should be able to laugh at certain things, okay? Like, you know, live life and laugh and fucking...
Let me see. My big teeth are coming in.
Hey, Qdoba, how the fuck do you expect me to eat this thing? What the fuck is this? How the fuck do I eat this thing?
Hasan, you taught me how to stick up for myself and my wages. Just convinced a new job into a living wage by communicating and sticking up for my rights and labor, and actually got the pay I need. Thank
Good
you
shit,
for
brother.
teaching me, Hasan. You changed my life.
Good shit. Did you tell him that you slid the fucking slider on your Indeed application to 100K? Because that's what my advocacy is for. I'm just letting you guys know, like, if you want to make more money, just fucking slide on the Indeed scale, forehead. Huh.
Hi, chat people.
Oh my god.
Hey, yo, hit a little spin for me, bro. Hit a little spin. Woo! Shit. Hey, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
What was it, buddy?
What is that, a deer or a fox? What the fuck? Oh.
Can you spell that?
I don't know why I said deer. Sorry. It's a dog. It's a Shiba Inu. Okay, fuck off.
If you spell that word to my babies, I'll do 20 push-ups.
Spell what word?
Moo comedian.
SMD.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I got 50 for anybody that can do this.
All right, NASCAR, are you watching this? All right, NASCAR, stop watching. Who did?
This is unrelated, but I haven't. Anyways, nigga, McGavin, but only gonna guess you miss right. Let's go. Let's move to. Here comes. I guess.
What? Was that Kill a Kill?
I just let Paddy inside on the fucking couch. He is a very similar color to the couch though. He's gone. I can't find him anywhere. He's gone. I don't know what to do. I'm sort of freaking out.
Two other women dead.
How come that shit never happens to me, bro? I swear to God, when I'm playing bowling without the bumpers, that shit never happens to me, dude. Fucking bullshit. When I'm playing bowling, okay, fuck off. When I'm bowling without bumpers. Yeah, I play with bumpers sometimes. Whatever, shut up.
Have y'all ever seen a fucking
Oh! I saw this, dude. This shit is crazy, dude. Remember, I think we looked at this on the stream before. Like, bro, when that happens, dude, you just gotta leave. You just gotta. I would leave the country probably. That's some real Florida shit right there. People in Florida are looking at me like, what? That's not weird. That's Hank, the gator down the shop, brother. I don't understand. You don't have a gator in your fucking CVS? Even though that's not a gator. I know it's a monitor lizard or whatever the fuck. It's a Komodo dragon. And I think it's from Thailand. But like people in Florida, I'm saying, are just like, what is the same shit? Your bodega don't have a lizard. What the fuck? Bodega.
يا ما انتم بغلة منه. السلام عليك. ايش حالك؟
I mean, breakfast, really. What the fuck is wrong with my Pringles?
What?
R.I.P. Fish, he was the bestest boy Hasan.
What the?
Yo, bro, what are you watching? Yo, bro. Yeah.
POV Hasan? Bitch, shut the fuck up, dude. My fucking jumper is not like that. There's actually an OKBUDDY compilation of all my greatest shots. Ah!
Yo.
They fucking circumcised my pizza.
That's devastating.
I didn't know you until about a week ago and been binging your content since then. I learned a lot about politics and you changed my perspective about the Cold War and the Middle East. I don't get ads on Twitch here in Portugal, so here's $5.
Yo, the funniest thing in the longer video. So she doesn't make it, right? And this dude literally sees that she doesn't make it, but acts like she made it anyway and fucking hypes her up. Like, yo, you did it, you did it. The other anchor. Simp. It's cute as fuck.
What am I gonna do? I'll tell you. I just opened it and it kind of exploded. Let's see if this one does anything. Ah, it didn't. Let's see if this one does anything. Ah, shit.
What the fuck is that?
What?
Ooh, dude, half of these fucking unusual meme compies literally are just like breaking your ass compies. You know what I mean? They're just like animals being it's cats being assholes. Cats being assholes equals unusual. Okay? Humans breaking their asses equals unusual.
Booty butt hurt. Pog.
Oh! Oh my god. 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 Oh my fucking god, dude. Yo, fucking come on, dude. I mean, look at that thing, dude. Look at that little fucking pupperino, dude. Kittens are cuter. Dude, you're crazy, dude. That thing is like, you need to defend that with your life, okay? Yeah, I needed this after the daily news coverage. Exactly, dude. Look at this. Oh, God. This is just baked potato. It's basically a baked potato. That's what that is. Little baked potato. Oh, little baked potato. There's a new daily dose. Poggers.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet.
What? Nah. What the fuck, dude? That dog is Jesus, bro. That's Jesus dog.
Your daily dose of internet.
Oh, there's a net, dude. God damn it, dude. There's a fucking pool net. My favorite type of chatter is the one that says check Twitter. Like, what does that mean, bro? What does that mean? Whenever you say like check Twitter, like what are you talking about? Like what? Check Twitter, bro. Check Twitter. Like what's going on, dude? How Twitter is literally just
Azan,
endless,
Euphoria,
an endless sea of information. So when you say check Twitter, bro, you're not really saying anything. Like you think you're saying some shit, but you're not saying it.
Curated Hasan.
There was netting on the pool that made it look like this dog ran on top of the water.
That's pretty sick.
Okay, meet me at the bar in 15 minutes.
This cat is absolutely disgusted with his baby.
This is what I mean when I say cats are fucking whack, by the way. I'm sorry, bro, but look at this fucking cat. I mean, I guess I agree with cats on babies, though, for real. Because it's like, bro, you are literally not doing anything impressive, okay? I'm sorry. I will not succumb to the soft bigotry of low expectations, okay? When it comes to babies, we're just constantly celebrating babies doing bullshit. And cats, I guess in this situation, are kind of like me. When this cat's like, I'm not impressed with you, you fucking big-headed freak.
The United States Marines use what looks like a giant washing machine to train for rollovers in a vehicle.
29 months of December.
Isn't it supposed to go way faster than this, though?
This guy can do some incredible bird sounds.
The American Robin.
What's a more useless skill, this or being able to play the accordion? This, right? It's like sick, but also incredibly useless. You know what I mean? You know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. You know what I'm talking about when it's like, oh, this guy knows. Like, this guy knows all the different kinds of burbs and how to do burb noises, but also at the same time, it's like, you're not going to get pussy doing that.
The Goldfinch. The Western Meadowlark.
DDF.
The Common Loon. The Housefinch.
Has smell.
Babe, you know the garbage needs to go down tonight. You hear me? Keith! Keith!
A pilot told this airport to dim down the lights because they were too bright.
Tower, are you able to reduce the runway lights, please?
I speak for the accordion players in the chat.
Thank you
who are
much.
all strong and capable and can play accordion.
This is a single-celled organism called a diatom. They are interesting because their cell walls are made of silica, which makes them the only organism that are made of glass. They live in oceans and rivers and lakes and produce 20 to 30% of the world's oxygen.
It's an
To put that
alien,
into
brother.
perspective, the Amazon rainforest produces about 6 to 9% of the world's oxygen.
Okay, this cat's cute.
Here are some videos of me feeding squirrels that come by my house.
Damn, the squirrel's like, yo, where's my nut, bro?
That's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Nah, squirrels are terrifying? Really? You're a gigantic bitch if you're afraid of squirrels, dude. Seriously. Like, how the fuck how are you afraid of squirrels, bro? Yes, I have seen the Clean Boys' Vines vid. Do team parents have to sacrifice? US versus UK Krispy Kreme. US versus UK Shake Shack. US versus UK McDonald's. Twitter user loses NASA job. Ex-jewel thief. Okay, I don't care about any of this stuff. Rare Mountain Dew hot sauce. Chicken wings. Bro, okay, I'm not gonna watch any of these, okay? I'm sorry, YouTube connoisseur. I didn't mean to doo-doo all over your fucking video playlist, but, you know, some of these are... They're planning human genocide, bro. Sorry, you are mocking my fears, bro. Yes, I will keep mocking your fears. Boys, let's do it. Let's do something that I haven't done in a while. And let's hit fucking OKBUDDY Hasan. Since Wednesday, I haven't done it. It's time, boys. It's fucking time. Okay. Oh, yeah. While I go pee and I grab a fucking soda.
I'm an incel myself, so do you know what the incel is? Involuntary celibate. It's like a community of people on the internet who can't get laid, and some of them go out and like kill people, like Elliot Roger. I'm not saying I'm cringing right now. I'll explain it later. The virgin is the incel, involuntarily celibate, who never gets laid. He's like unable to get laid. He's very nerdy. He has terrible posture, and that would be someone that would be considered a cab.
Holy shit, dude.
This is a short ad break by Hasan Piker. I want you to redistribute the wealth to Mall Brawl by order of Communist Turkey. Follow his Twitch streams at Mall Brawl.
It's cool. There's like 8 sinks, so.
I love crap.
Wait, what the heck? Bro, what this? What that? What is this? I said I would clap the fucking shit out of Ben Shapiro's ass cheeks, dude. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. 16. Just kidding.
Okay, bye.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh, I forgot to get a drink. Wait, did you guys actually fucking bet on it? I literally forgot to get a drink. I peed. I forgot to get a drink, even though I said I was going to. Ah! Welcome to OKBUDDY Hasan, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest fucking... The absolute greatest
8 months of being
subreddit of all time. Here it is. Okay. I totally forgot. I'm gonna literally go back and grab it too. That's the worst part, probably. Boys, I'm gonna have to go back and grab. Fuck. Sweet Green no longer has the hummus shit that they used to have. Kind of weird.
Hold on. Fog.
Gamblers in shambles? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Sorry, Gamba boys. I fucked you a little bit. No, not the sweet green hummus, but the tahini sauce they used to have. Chat literally losing their minds over fake internet points. Okay, Don Wicked / Haas Wicked. Okay, let's take a look at this. Dude, I rarely ever do wicked shit, except for yesterday when I did actually do a wicked thing, which was pretty fucking
boss
cool.
man Biden man's looking for blood clot. Moderna RNA gang man dem like AstraZeneca blood clot poofsy hole.
I'm about to have that. I'm about to be on that fucking Moderna gang too, boys. Gang gang. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Let's go. Okay. Should have named them Scuff Boys, left to right, Nino, Don, Tony, and Lang. Nino, Don, Tony, and Lang. Let's go. Please, Azan. What the fuck is this?
Okay.
What the
Sorry for disturbing your personal time, Arjan, but we must discuss something very dear to my heart. As we know, during epic gaming moments many sus imposter things will happen. And seeing all these sus imposter things happen, I, Anthony Lisp in chat, want to so kindly ask you, Arjan the streamer and his mod team, to add a new BTTV emote named Among Us. It will be so pog and sus when susbog things happen. Thank you. I kept it short for your ADHD. Has hugs out to chat.
Okay, I kind of like that. The emote is just so stupid, though. Among Us. Yo, that's so sussy, dude. Finally did something Azan never will. Soul of the Nameless King. Okay, dude. And on Ramadan, too. How dare you? It's funny because Nameless King is resides literally outside of a mosque, too. I knew my BK order was in good hands. Nino was taking care of your order today. I don't understand these memes sometimes. Haas Tuck. No. What if we touched elbows on the balcony of our shared Los Santos apartment? Okay, dude. Dude, you guys are... The Himbo Soldier. Hasan Piker is the Winter Soldier. Oh, dude. Speaking of the Winter Soldier, isn't there literally a meme on the internet right now that people are just like mad about Wakandans? Building a fucking... Where is it? Where can someone send me the link? Like Wakandans actually made Bucky's arm with like a failsafe or something. And people are upset because there's like a failsafe on the arm or something because they didn't trust him for the arm. I'm literally reading tweets right now. Someone give me a fucking link right now, dude. It's the stupidest shit. Oh, here it is. 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 Spoiler alert, by the way. Okay, but Wakanda's putting a built-in weakness in Bucky's arm is like really messed up. It shows they never fully trusted him. He spent years trying to finally reclaim his autonomy only to be undermined in an instant by those who helped. It's just sad. Rocket will finally know how to get that arm. I'd like to note that it would be totally different. Be a totally different story if he knew about the failsafe. Couldn't fit this in before. The Dora Milaje were justified to do the tickle turn-off move with Bucky. Just sucks that after 80 years of being controlled by others, he still isn't fully in control of his body. Dude, yo, there's something wrong with fucking liberals, dude. I'm sorry, dude, but like... What the fuck? What is this?
Pogo.
There is something straight up. Oh my god. Sweet Greens canceled my order again. I absolutely hate Sweet Greens so much. I mean, I love Sweet Greens as a place to eat, but now he know how women feel. No, I just... Okay, buddy. Listen, this is a good fucking side...
Yo.
There's a good like side take on this from OKBUDDY. Shuri and Ayo freed Bucky from his Hydra programming and gave him peace in Wakanda for the first time in 1943, only to free him and free the man who murdered their king from prison. Then he used the arm they gave him against them in battle. This was entirely justified. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, dude? MCU weebs are literally insane. Why people taking BLM out of their bio for Bucky? Yeah. Straight up. I did. I checked Twitter. For those of you who are wondering, I checked Twitter, dude. I did it. Okay. Don Bad emo for when Donnie's in a Don Bad situation with link in the comments. Don is always in a Don Bad situation, dude. I'm always Don Bad. Quick idea for the what emote. This should be the real Among Us emote, dude, right here. Oscord hates us. RP Frogs, why don't they love us? RP Andes, Pago, fuck you guys. I hate whoever said that. And this is why RP sucks. No other game does this. I hope Don dies in a video game in this video game. Video GTA, GTA. When is GTA? You're missing laptop. GTA, GTA. I hate you. Ew. RP time. Ew. RP Frogs hold the line above. Because RP is residential slumber. If it makes Hasan happy, though, he can do what he wants. And at the end of the day, I'm fine with that, I guess. Just know that as an officer of the Baby Game Coalition, I am ready for my time to shine. Zelda Lover 08. I just like, I like, chill out, Discord. Hasan Bussy powers too powerful. Ew, dude. Ew. Listen, I love baby games too. Dank Hug versus Azan, an artistic depiction inspired by the conservative folklore legend Dave versus Google. Huh. Yeah, well, I fucking owned Dank Hug. New stepfather in the family, royal family photo 2022. Why? Because I said I'd break the queen's back. Is that why? Because I said I'd slap her, clap her cheeks. RP equals call Buddha. Donnie on the way to Buddha every time he wakes up. Fuck you, dude. Clean Boys and Co as Vines. We already saw this. We already watched this. But it was a good video. He said it. He said the thing. Azan, when choosing which chatters to respond to during stream. Azan choosing which chatters to get the Twitch live notification. What? I don't know what that means. Does everybody get... No, we watched the second one yesterday. Oh, a lot of you weren't in here, so you didn't watch it. I watched it, though. And a lot of people who were here yesterday watched it. Yeah. People who didn't watch yesterday because they thought I was going to do no reacts or no politics literally missed out on fucking hours and hours of reacts, baby. Straight up. You literally did not watch yesterday because you thought I wasn't going to do fucking reacts. I did the Channel 5 video, which is literally not even... It's no longer available, okay? YouTube yeeted the videos that I reacted. It was so fucking good and so unique. It was so good and so unique content that motherfuckers, YouTube was like, nah, we can't have this anymore. Best stream in a while, dead ass. You could have specified we watched part 2 yesterday. Oh yeah, no, we did. Limited edition reacts, baby. Great job. You tricked your viewers. Yeah, sometimes you just have to sit through RP, baby, to get to that. And even through RP, I fucking cut RP in half and I did more reacts and then I went back to RP. Offline chat political compass. CCP apologist. I wish China took over Taiwan. I've read somewhere that China is building new mosques there. Like, I've also seen that China built a lot of new mosques in that region. Like, there's this site I found that disproves the Uyghur shit in China. I want to move to China now. Maybe China is right. Literally only exists in 1984. The chat mods. Offline gray names redacted. Boomer in the middle. I just want to geo-guess and trivia in peace. The Gamba Addict. Hello, offline mods Gamba. Monka Enjoyers. Ooga Booga. Annoying vegan debate lords. Base plant. Go vegan. Now he's DMing me. You started this bullshit. Fuck off trying to high road. Guess the one Puggo. The one looking for attention Puggo. This meme is so niche that, like, I don't understand how 645 people upvoted this. Like, what's going on? How did 645 people upvote this? Puppy Play can get 1,000 votes. How many can our brave soldiers get? Azan, you missed last OKBUDDY post. Kind of weird, champ. My grandpa training for World War II circa 1943. Go on. Acknowledge Amber 4 weird. And it's a photo of me fucking shooting my Glock in Vegas from, like, years ago. What the fuck, dude? How do you even... And it's a photo of Mara. Introduction to the HasanAbi Community Part 2 post-credit scene. Oh,
Hello,
what is this?
Hello, Grey Name. How was your first week in the HasanAbi community?
I tried typing in chat with a lot of great ideas, but I was just ignored.
Well, buddy, remember that there are thousands of viewers watching the broadcast. Your comment probably wouldn't have added anything to the conversation, or Hasan didn't see it.
There's a few things that I still don't understand.
Lay it all out, pal.
Okay.
Why do people call him Azan? Why do people always send him so many links? Why do people keep spamming Joker and Pepe emotes? Why?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I see that our next lesson has to be on the community itself.
Don't people just sign in and watch all of the streams?
Some yes. However, what makes Hasan's community different is
Thank you,
that there
Aldrich
are many
Faithful.
subsections due to the wide variety of content offered. You have the HasanAbi viewers that watch most if not all of the stream, then you have politics frogs, react frogs, gaming frogs, uppy frogs, OKBUDDY frogs, and offline chatters. There is overlap between some, but everyone has a preference. Remember that even though you have a preference,
Most variety streamers don't have this problem, by the way. Like, straight up. Most variety streamers will literally just do variety, and their community likes everything that they do.
Someone
usually, or at the very least, like, their community will fill the void for all of the other parts that they engage in, like all the other coverage, except for me. With me, it's like with me, it's drastically different.
He doesn't care, and you should just keep it to yourself if you don't like whatever he's covering. It's his stream.
Wow. I'm learning so much. I have another question. Can I learn about the incident yet?
No. Now to learn about
most of us do, but RP is just super fucking boring. I mean, it's literally not. In a long enough timeline, RP has been, I would say RP has been more successful as a type of content for me than most other gaming content. I've never had a gaming content go for this long, regardless. And people seem to enjoy it, so, you know, it's just not the same amount of people. I try to do my very best. I try to be as accommodating as possible. I try to, you know, turn on the camera, try to do descriptors, do daily recaps, all that stuff. But I think a lot of people just simply don't want to watch it no matter what. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Act the way they do. I recommend going through either OKBUDDY or through some of the YouTube videos available. That way you can understand some of the memes and historical context of some comments.
Did Hasan once really spend 2 hours on a 5-minute Bill Maher video?
Yup. And maybe one day, you...
Stunlock of the year? HasanAbi reacts to 8-minute video by Bill Maher with timestamps. Jesus Christ.
You can be part of one of his famous stunlocks too.
Thanks, mister. Oops. I just got a notification that Hasan is live.
Haha, go on and log on, kiddo. I will see you next time.
Is it working yet?
We aren't sure yet. Phase 2 seems to be a success.
What about phase 1?
He covered Chet Hanks, however covering a Portuguese American person hasn't converted to in covering Portugal news.
We have to out now.
Sire
What the
covered it
fuck?
one time. We have to be patient.
No. I made a mockery of us. I will pay. Will pay.
What the fuck? Will.
8 months hassle.
Will pay. Average day for the HasanAbi viewer. Yo, there's some fucking content on OKBUDDY today. What the?
RP and gaming more than politics, just because politics is same shit different day
Porn.
and it's just tiring. Also, Hasan, my mom hasn't picked me up from daycare in 8 months. I assume she has abandoned me. Will you adopt me?
Sure, you're adopted now.
Hassle.
You saw it, Ghost Force Obi-Wan. Here to commend you for your bravery. Without you, the Dark Force, known as not being a weirdo virgin in Twitch chat, may have overtaken us today. I speak for the entire USS Enterprise when I say you have done great things for virgins all across the galaxy today. So stupid. Imagine using Twitch on fucking light mode. What the fuck is wrong with you, chatter?
We're doing is fitting this dick in our mouths.
Dude. Thank God you protected it, though, for real, by showing, you know, when I said I met a girl once and you HasanAbi me. Getting nervous watching us on stream today? Listen, I did a good job, okay? I did not fucking mauled all that hard at all. You versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Also, I don't know how to make memes, so I used email. Oh my God, are you serious? Are you... This motherfucker literally posted this shit on their email? Trivia: popular Turkish-American Twitch streamer HasanAbi Piker was seen on Fox News for vile comments made on this day. Okay, I can't believe that's fucking trivia, dude. This is what passes for trivia nowadays. HasanAbi is already in your mainframe.
Wait,
how did I get past the paywall so easily?
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Because I'm a fucking hacker, bitch. It's called Hacker Man. Dude, it's so good, dude. It's true, though. It's because I am a fucking hacker. Sunburn teaches mathematical theorem. Pythagorean theorem. Did I say it wrong? How do you say it in English? How do you read it? I really don't know. Pythagorean? Is that how? Pythagorean? I don't know. Pythagorean? That's kind of weird. I've literally never said or heard this word before in English. Pythagor. Theoremi. It's pronounced pathetic. Pee-pee? No, pee-pee poof is not going away. I don't mind pee-pee poof. Hasan the Hacker Man.
In Brooklyn today, a Turkish man who used his computer to loot millions from cash machines was sentenced to 8 years.
What the fuck?
How did he do it?
Because I'm a fucking hacker, bitch. It's called Hacker Man's. Segor teoremi. Yeah, exactly. I'm in. I got through. True. I did that. Actual highlight reel from basketball game, no debate. Oh, I saw this already. Yeah, this is fucking sick, dude. 2 minutes of just fucking epic Fortnite poggers PogChamp, baby. Let's go. Oh. What? What, dude? That's crazy. What? Yeah, Wednesday's still on. Wednesday's still on.
Oh, the dish to the pit. Turnover.
Why didn't you do a slam dunk? Because I'm too fat, motherfucker. That's why. Turk Nowitzki. We did this last Wednesday, and we're gonna do it again on next Wednesday. Paid an editor to make this? No. Looking like a big old bottle of mayo. It's true, I am a big old bottle of mayo. IRL, yeah. Chat, this is basically what we did here was IRL roleplay, baby. Look at that three-pointer. Boom. The bank is open. I'm so fat. Okay, let me just say something. All right, I recognize what my strengths and my weaknesses are. Okay, my strengths are that you know what this is like. This is like watching a person who knows how to play basketball and used to maybe play basketball well, play it with like a fucking wet vest on, like a weighted vest on. Okay, that's basically because that is literally the reality. That is exactly what that is. I used to be able to play basketball fairly well. I played it all the fucking time. There was even a point in time when I could dunk. Okay, that point in time has long gone. Okay, I'm currently playing basketball with like a 60-pound weighted vest on, pretty much. Definition of washed. Oh no, exactly. Not being rude, just thought you were always like this. I don't know why chat is start calling you a tub of mayo. No, I used to be in much better shape. But like you've never seen me in my peak physical form though, because I wasn't on Twitch back when I used to be able to dunk and shit. Stop eating a pound of chicken. It's not the pound of chicken. It's literally not eating enough chicken. That is a problem. Pepe Le Dan. What is this? En directo?
Let's go.
Noticias inglés. Educativo. Baller Azan Pago. Wait, where did you find this, dude? Kind of weird that you found this. This is literally from Tedankara Koleji. Like, this is a... Do that Tao shit again, you will lose that Steven Seagal waistline for sure. How the fuck did you find this? This is from high school. En directo means live. I don't know if you remember, but I dropped out going to mortuary school watching Azan. I do not. What? Emmy Penny? Do I remember this? How did he lead you to it? I've actually been kind of interested in it for a couple of years now, but I never told my parents. For them, my college was the only option, but that didn't work out for me because of my ADHD. I can't sit at home and work on a computer screen. Piba Ninja says, El no sabe. Explain, please. Hedli miydin lan sen Hasmod? Kolej bebesi. Evet abi, kolej bebesiyiz. 4 hours straight, just didn't want to concentrate on the most uninteresting things some professor's talking about. I didn't want to say he gave me the strength to stand up for myself, but I guess I've become more comfortable speaking my mind. Okay, that's cool. All right, and then the rest of it is literally shit that we've seen already. Bro, see, this is what I'm saying. I look, OKBUDDY was short and sweet today, okay? OKBUDDY was pog today. Yo, Azan, is this you?
Or has supported my content in any way. A year.
I would be here. I was here, I'm pretty sure. I was literally here. Yeah, that's me. I'm right there. Look at that. I hosted one of the awards. I hosted like the top, I think it was like the top content creator or some shit. I don't know. I lost an award to fucking, that's when I famously, and Old heads in the community know this. I famously lost to Hot Ones for best news show or some shit or whatever the fuck it was. Best news show of the year. And that's when I, back in the before times when I flew in a private jet with the Dobricks to New York from Coachella.
A year and a half ago, I was stressing about chemical engineering exams, and now I'm playing video games for a living. Or has supported my content in any way.
Yeah, that's me. Same black turtleneck and chain. They deserve to win, let's be real. Dude, fuck yourself, dude. You fucking piece of shit. The breakdown was good, okay? I had no idea who the fuck Pokimane was at the time. I'm like, you can see from my face, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't know anything about Twitch, dude. I did not know anything about Twitch back then. This is like, how many years ago was this? Holy shit.
Has fucking mods for 9 months, dude.
Like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't even fucking know at this point. But yeah, I didn't know anything about Twitch. I did not know who like these live streamers were. I was just like, yeah, look at these fucking nerds. That's what I was thinking. And now look at me. I'm one of the fucking nerds. Is this where you met Pokimane, or was that later? Yeah, no, I didn't fucking meet Pokimane here. I didn't meet any of the Twitch streamers here. Or if I did, I wouldn't even remember. Probably last year, you boomer. No, guys, this is 4 years ago. This is literally fucking 4 years ago. Now that you're done with the memes, can you talk to chat about neo-pronouns? Look at this New York Times article about them, please. I really want you to talk about this. No, dude. Absolutely not, okay? Literally, absolutely not, dude. That sounds like the fucking exact opposite of what I would talk about. What I want to talk about.
The neo-Nazi rally that went down yesterday in Huntington Beach?
X gets rolled by a local. XQC is back. Poggers! XQC's back at roleplay. Poggers, poggers, poggers. Shit, this has happened to me too, by the way, so.
Ouch. Ow!
Get fucked.
Hey, listen, happens to all of us, all right? It's literally happened to me, so I know. X gets a call. Oh my god. The entire subreddit.
Hello?
Hey, this is Callie calling from your CVS pharmacy. I'd just like to let you know that your anal wart removal cream, your butt plugs, and your Viagra are now in. And we also got those extra small condoms that you needed. So please go ahead and let me know when you'll be coming in so I can set those aside for you. Thank you and have a great day.
Oh shit, that's actually good. Okay, that's actually fucking good. XQC unbanned from No Pixel.
Your chromes from your moms.
Oh shit! Where's the unbanned? No shot!
Actual crack addict, which I can't really fucking speak out against because I myself am in a similar position here, so.
And it says should be good. So
your chromes.
23 hours in, really? Hasan equals RP streamer now? Yeah, dude. 4 hours of like literally no RP. The moment I look at another streamer doing RP, I'm an RP streamer. I can't believe it.
This is kind of okay. Wait.
IRL is human trash.
Love well. Okay, wait. Card is gifting 10. Thank you, darling. It's so appreciated.
Rat IRL is
I'll be adding you to the wall of sugar daddies. Where did you go? Shit. Text. Wait. Card.
There are no attention spans. That's why there was supercuts and memes 10 hours a day law. The stock guy accidentally buys $250,000 shares of a company and becomes the CEO.
Oh shit, I forgot to cancel the order.
God, I just wanted to play a scalp on it and fuck. Uh-oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am now the proud owner of 250,000 shares of AGFAF.
What the fuck is that? This is a weed company? Agroflora Organics International, Inc.
This is going to be an interesting day.
Maybe to the moon? It was like 3 cents a
I
share.
am now the new... Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking at the new...
$7,000? Korean streamer gets caught in 4K.
Oh!
I want to be a banana. Bro, what is this, Korean train wrecks, dude? What the fuck? Straight up.
I wouldn't recommend it. The second I get up, it's all mushy. Look at those wrinkles.
How is this on Twitch? Yo, look at the channels of my guy here. Like, holy shit. We all know what it's like to forget that you're live. Oh yeah, I've been there too. Forsen is now the face of Reddit.
Holy shit.
Yo, what's this Nim guy's deal? It seems like 80% of all he fucking watches is this Forsen guy's content, dude. Does he have any content of his own, or is it just watching Forsen
Most
clips all day?
awarded post in the history of Reddit, and it is growing. Wow, he wrote 4 comments. No post has almost 0 karma, but 240+ K award karma. Homeboy truly struck gold. At least he has the fucking balls to say it, this guy. Holy shit.
Guys, can someone explain Nim to me, though? For real? Like, what's up? Is it just... He RPs a lot with Aaron. Dude, Chatter's giving me actual advice, dude. Pepela? Oh, some chatters do not know. Oh, because I would explain Nim to me. I just watched the stream for the first time yesterday. Always just seen him in clips. And he spent like roughly 80 to 90% of the stream talking about this Forsen and his viewers. Is that what all his streams are? Does he not do anything else but talk about another streamer all day? Chatters, I know exactly who fucking Nim is. What I was doing was reading a copy pasta about Nim because it fit perfectly, because he's talking about Forsen. Maya gets stream sniped on the beach.
Wait, it's a sandcastle. Oh my god. Oh! Oh, he's helping.
He's helping.
Okay, but
Oh god, you gotta watch out. That's dangerous.
yeah, so does He's helping. Thank you.
Dude, dogs are so good. Holy shit. Dogs are so fucking sick, dude. How can you be so fucking cool, dog?
That was awesome.
I love dogs. Meow, I'm gonna upvote that. Miyako finally wins in Mario Kart with a great comeback.
Doesn't do anything.
Why people happy?
Okay, I will collect the coin outside here, and then I'm gonna use now. Okay, here we go. And then how is it? How is it? Oh my, whoa. Oh my god! I'm a god!
Cats are better.
I'm a fucking god! Hey, I'm using it! I'm using it! Oh my god, I win. After that, no stop here, no stop, be okay? Okay! Oh my god!
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Why was there no loud warning on that? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, Jesus. Mario Kart, dude. What a roller coaster of emotions. Hikaru responds to chess drama. I've avoided it. I have no idea what's going on. I'm going to keep avoiding it. Barry's unbanned and asked the time.
I told this idiot I would call him when I woke up, and as soon as I woke up, Simply comes to my room, he's like, yo, Barry's outside.
Wait, what time is it?
12?
What time is it?
12.
I don't know how to read this thing, dude.
Okay.
Okay, it's 12, you guys. Cool. So what should we do? Do you guys want to see us clean or cook a pancake?
Bro, we should just do both. We just need to get started. Look.
Wait, hold on. What time is it?
I literally don't know what this is.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking...
Like, what is the meme? Burger Shot has a sudden increase in customers. Pepe left. Oh, yeah, fuck. I gotta run an ad, too, by the way. I forgot to run one at the top of the fucking hour right now. I'm running a 60-second ad break, boys.
Okay. Oh my god, do you see how many people are out?
He got a Rolex, dude?
No, there's so many people right now. And X is back.
Hello, what's going?
Fast fingers.
Hey,
Jesus Christ, dude. Rolexes are expensive watches. The meme is check out my Rolex. Oh, I got it. I understand now. The meme is you can be racist, banned from Twitch and still buy a Rolex. Wait, is that what happened? I have literally no fucking idea. Server went up to 191 today. Oh, I know. Wait, Rooster's Rest K-pop song?
Vanilla unicorns, I'm blowing money hard. All these other stands, I'm killing y'all. Sorry for your loss. When I walk around town, yeah, you know I got a floss. Dripping in finesse just like the Burger Shot sauce. I be rocking Gucci, Fendi, used to shop at Ross. Oh, that was your Namja Chingu, he looked like a lost cause. Damn.
Kind of not bad.
Yeah. I go drink some tea, then I go drink some more. Go drink some tea, then I go drink some more. I'm about to go fishing and pick up a load. Yeah. And go back and chill at the rooster some more. Say glory to the cock. Yeah, glory to the cock. Say glory to the cock. Say glory to the cock.
Oh, shit.
Say glory to the cock. Say glory to the cock. Yeah, glory to the cock.
Wait, this person's in my community? I met him, like on Sunday when I was playing. Really? Is he a community member? Oh shit, I had no idea. Pretty good. Good shit. Good job.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
We gotta get him signed up with fucking Wu Chang Records, dude, on the server. You know what I'm saying? He helped you in DS3 multi. Oh, it's fucking Turtle Doves. He did. He was there for fucking Dark Souls 3. I remember. He was fucking one of the carriers. I remember that. What's good, Turtle Doves? Good shit. Good shit. I'm glad you got on the server, brother. Did you write your roast for Buddha? Oh, fuck. I totally forgot that was today. All right, come on. Let's be real. I need chat helpers to carry me on that Buddha roast. Like I needed chat helpers to carry me on that fucking... That's tonight. I forgot that was tonight. There's a Buddha roast tonight. I'm just going to be freestyling. Yesterday, I was doing some band cleaning with my wife. With my waifu. Who I believe still has a bunch of my fucking dirty money. But that's pretty much all I did. Please don't freestyle. Get some roast from chat. Oh yeah, 100% I need it. Yeah, with my wife who I was doing